I just think we should just keep this like as honest as fucking possible. Like, what did you reckon when you first seen my video?
Right, a message to Nile Ranger here. Newcastle United player. Pond life would probably be a better fucking term for the little cunt.
I think my cousins said to me, "Hey, this bald-headed guy with a beard going crazy on YouTube. You have to see it." I was like, "Oh, I can't be up, I just can't be up."
And all he's done is brought shame on our club. Getting arrested, posting pictures of himself on the internet holding guns.
Tell you don't know it's not a real gun. Go to the house and grab the gun. Do it if you want to do.
There'll be people watching this now though, and I'm feeling it, like frustrated even listening to you. Like, why the fuck can't this guy just get up on time and go to work? Like, you're lucky to do what you do.
It's hard, man. It's not easy, and every time I get a chance and do well, start doing well, it's like Safi just grabs me.
I think it's your stupidity, mate, and I don't mean that in a cunty way, but I think it is, yeah. I think you've got a fucking good life ahead of you. You could still fucking turn it around, but I still don't know if you're like ready. A message to Nile Ranger. Welcome to the True Geordie podcast, mate.
Cheers, mate. Lovely to be here.
I just think we should just keep this like as honest as fucking possible. Like,
of course.
What did you reckon when you first seen my video?
Well, obviously the fans went mad, and I was thinking, listen, like, I knew that obviously it wasn't my place to say anything. Well, it kind of was, because I knew that I was there for a while.
Yeah.
I think I was pissed with not playing for a little while. Like, Pardew benched me, made me train with the kids for a while. I was like, what's going on? Like, why am I training with the kids like half my size? It's not making no sense. Obviously I had 3 years left. Then eventually I got back into the squad. I was on the bench. I think it was against, could it have been Everton?
I can't remember
the game. Anyway, I've come out and said blah 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 on Twitter. I had a rant on Twitter, and then I think my cousins said to me, "Hey, this bald-headed guy with a beard going crazy on YouTube. You have to see it." I was like, "Oh, I can't be up, I just can't be up." But then I just saw, nah, you need to see it because the views on it's going mad. Like, and then I see comments on Twitter like atting you, atting me, and then obviously I see it, and I was just like, you know what? What a man, I swear to you. But at the time, I was just pissed off because I wasn't playing, and obviously football's all I know. So.
Alright, so this is kind of cool for me because I think full circle, this is where it all started, me talking about you, and now my life's fucking changed. Your life's changed. It's fucking mad how life works. You give me a text last week, say give me a ring, and like, you're really struggling to get back in the game or to a position where you want to
listen. I'm struggling. It's just put it out there. I'm struggling, but obviously there's what I'm used to, because I think it's like it happened at such a young age for me, where things are happening in Newcastle. I'm playing in the Premier League. I'm like, wow, this is like a dream come true. This is what I prayed for. Like, this is what I need. Like, and it's happening. But I think it come too fast, and then I started bringing so much people with me, along with me, wrong uns. People want good for me, but you just never know who your friends are, innit? And then basically I felt like I was getting dragged down, but at the time I'm trying to show my people good things, you know what I mean? But yeah, it was hard, man. It was tough, but it was
Are you
a journey.
at a point where nobody really will touch you now? Is that the problem?
Close to it.
Yeah.
Because of my talent and my ability, I believe in my ability. There's still options there, but it's basically pistachio nuts I'm getting offered, to be honest.
Really?
And yeah, but that's just how it goes, you know what I mean? Like, self-inflicted, and I can't blame no one but myself because it's self-inflicted. So
you said on the phone, people are saying come and train with us or something. Is that kind of offers
I've had a decent club say come and train, but it's hard because I've been on trial before and I've got into Blackpool and they messed me up big style. That's when it went really down, and I started getting into crazy things and doing dumb stuff. Ended up getting a court case, like, you know what I mean? So I don't want to go down the road on trial. People know what I can do and they know my talent. It's just about...
Do you not think that like clubs are saying the reason they're saying come and train is because you're fucking notorious at this point? Like, no one believes what you're saying. You haven't had a second chance, you've had a 10th chance. So they're like
15th.
Yeah, come and train with us. If you buckle down and prove yourself, then you can. It's not over. You still got a chance to do this. Definitely not.
I'm 27, but I'm getting old. I'm not spring chicken no more. So it's like
you're not potential anymore. You've got to fucking deliver, haven't you?
You have to, like. Yeah. But obviously, I believe in my ability. And I know I can do it. It's just I got to cut off a lot of people. I got to focus on myself, tunnel vision, and I've got to just make it work because there's youngsters coming up and getting England called all sorts. Like, you know what I mean? And they're talented. So they're not gonna really take a chance on an old boy who causes trouble. Well, in the past, because I'm not on that anymore. But yeah, you know what I mean. I've been sacked from like 4 clubs. It's ridiculous. Like, why are you gonna give me a chance? But I know that
this is what it is about for me, though, isn't it? It's like you want to tell your side of the story.
Of course.
I got sent a fucking practically like a rap sheet about you by like one of the guys who works with us, and I want to fucking like go through some of this shit with you because like it feels like there's so much to you. It's insane, mate.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I'm looking at like the.
I'll be honest. If I was a manager or chairman, I wouldn't really mess with Nile Ranger, not at all. But I believe in myself and I know my ability and what I can do. So I'm definitely gonna get another chance. It's just about taking it.
Well, you know, despite what I said in the past, you fucking do have ability, and you've showed it. You've showed it. Do you know what I'm saying? But there's always a problem, mate. That's what I'm trying to work out. What the fuck that is?
I might have to start going to church more often. I think.
Well, you started it. I read that you used to go to church,
and I stopped
because to play football, wasn't it?
To play football, but obviously it was Sundays. It was mornings and evenings. It just like there was no time for football. Like, I was like, okay, I love football. When can I actually kick a ball? Like, I'm in church like every single Sunday, even sometimes on a midweek. Like, you know what I mean? But then I got signed by Crystal Palace, and then it started to kick in from there. To be fair, I was like 12.
I'm looking through here. You know, you ended up having your own flat when you were at Southampton to keep you away from all the trouble.
So I was in
what was going on there?
Cool. I was in a lodge. Southampton got a lodge with a few players, and I was just causing havoc. Like, I was sneaking out at night time. A few of the players, I'm not going to say the names because I don't want to drag them into shit, but a few players were sneaking us out. All the players were sneaking us out of the lodge, and obviously there was the goody two shoes and there was me and there was a few others, but I would sneak out, go out. But the woman,
what were you doing when you were out though? What
went part that raving and obviously out drinking, birds are there, like, and then I'll sneak back into the lodge. But sneaking back in was difficult because we had to climb up some type of wooden ladder. It was crazy. And then obviously the woman what lived there, she went back to the coach, said Niall was sneaking out, blah blah blah. So that kind of messed me up. But that's never happened in history of the Southampton lodge, someone getting their own flat. Do you know what I mean? I was only a scholar as well. I wasn't even a pro, and they gave me a flat because they wanted to. I reckon they wanted to give me a pro.
What I'm seeing throughout all of this, when I read it earlier, was like special treatment. You got special treatment a lot. Like, people seen a lot in you.
I know. It's mad.
Was that like the worst thing that could have happened to you?
Possibly. Yeah, definitely. Like, not. You know what? I was speaking about that the other day. It's true. That.
Did you get?
I wouldn't say special. Yeah, I did get. I would say that. Yeah, I'll be honest. I think I did to a certain extent. But then when it come down to the crunch time and like my mum or my parents, I would get beats or whatever. I would definitely get the beats. Yeah. But it got to a stage where I was laughing at the beats. But I did get special treatment, definitely. I was the only child for ages. So
alright, so your career's just starting to take off.
Yeah.
Your parents, you mentioned them. What was your relationship like with them growing up?
Nah, me and my mum's, she's, without my mum, I don't know where I'll be right now, to be fair. Like, so I love my mum to bits, and she's actually guided me and helped me in a lot of ways. But at the time I wasn't really taking it in because my dad was around, but it wasn't, my mum played dad as well, you know what I mean? Right, it was one of them things. But it was, it wasn't, I wouldn't say my dad wasn't always there, he tried. But I was more like, I have a lot of brothers and sisters, so it's not easy for him. But my mum, she definitely played mum and dad. Our relationship was good, and it's good.
When you're doing these stupid things and that, most people though, right, at this point, have a voice in their mind that goes, don't do that, you're gonna fuck it up. You don't have that voice by the sounds of it, or
I didn't.
At least maybe it's taken a long time to get that.
It's taken a long time to just take in, but at the time, young and reckless, so I was just like, this is my life, I'm gonna do this forever, I'm gonna have fun whilst I'm living, I'm making money. But at that stage when they put me in at Southampton, I was only making £95 a week.
Right.
So,
but still, the people around you, like your friends from back home, are you the man now? Like you're big time? Do people say, he's gonna make it, he's gonna
at what stage are you talking about at Southampton?
Yeah. Because it seemed like you had a lot of hangers on, like.
Definitely, but obviously I did have my day ones with me as well along the journey, you know what I mean, and still up to now. But there was a lot of leechers, but that's when we'll get to that when we talk about Newcastle and what. But at Southampton, obviously I was scoring goals. I had a little spell in jail when I was 16 because I had a case before.
It says 11 weeks in a youth offenders institute for your role in an armed robbery. Yeah. What you
crazy.
fucking... So why are you robbing
watch this
somewhere?
now, watch this. Listen to this. When I was growing up, that's all I used to see, robberies, whatever. Like I say, I wasn't born with a silver spoon at the mouth, but I wanted the little extra bits I could get. So I started taking people's phones, doing all the madness, like, and I'm seeing people who are older than me doing the same thing. It wasn't right, obviously not, but it's about learning. But you knew the
career path you could have had at that point, so you weren't like...
You weren't... But at the age of 15, you don't really know what's going to happen. Like, yeah, you're good at football, you're good. But a lot of people get told that and get nowhere. So it was like, I was in two minds, and I was going to Romford, semi-pro. Crystal Palace released me. There was so much things going on. Then I went to a BTEC college called ProTech in Southgate. And then from there, I was still doing my robberies now and again, here and there, not too tough with a few of my people.
Did you enjoy that?
No.
Did you get a buzz off of it?
Of selling the item, yeah. But I felt terrible at the time. Like victim, like, you know what I mean? These people are working hard for their money, their mobile phones and all things like that. But when I wasn't thinking about it, at the time I was in two minds, to be fair. Like after I'd done it, I feel like, right, that's somebody's brother, somebody, you know what I mean? And anyone will get it. Not just boy, girl, everyone will get it. It doesn't matter, just as long as we get the phone and we get the money.
So were you targeting places, or were you just literally going up to people with a gun and...
No, it wasn't. No. At the time, there was no gun or nothing like that. It was just silly, stupid, childish robbery, just taking people's phone. Literally, like, what's that? I remember it was like Bluetooth, like there was Walkman phones.
Yeah.
And it was like, what song have you got? And then the phone, that person's phone will go missing all of a sudden. But I gave you my phone and did it. They call it a ginnel. Where I'm from, ginnels. So that's how I really made my money, really, when at that age. But then, going on, I went to, my mum said, listen, you can't keep getting court cases and all this and live in this house. It's not going to happen. So I said, you know what, forget it, I'm going to just go. These times I got the 5 robberies case, I got it because we went. Do you want me to talk about that? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, you fucking talk about anything, mate.
Yeah.
Let's give it honest as possible.
A few of my people, we went out on a late night, I remember. And
this is when you were like 17 or something?
Nah, this is when I was 15. Oh. And then we went on robberies. We just robbed everyone we saw on the road. Literally anyone would get it. A woman, which is mad to say.
How many of you?
About 6 of us.
Right. And they're all like big lads like yourself sort of thing?
No, I was the tallest at the time. I was tall for my age.
Yeah,
but I was tall for my age.
What position would you say you took in the group? Were you like a ringleader, or were you one of the guys who was just
obviously
like,
I had a presence, but I wouldn't say I was the ringleader, but my presence was felt.
Oh yeah, people are going to be fucking shit frightened if there's like 6 of you lads, and especially if a big lad like you's in there, a woman's going to fucking shit herself. Like,
I know, it's crazy.
Do you know, like that woman, for example, and I'm not trying to get all preachy on you because like you've clearly thought about this, but like even to this day, like you've moved on.
Yeah, I know.
Like she will fucking remember that moment.
This could be my karma.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Who knows? This could be karma because things.
She's not able to walk down the street now without fucking thinking. Remember that time when?
It's crazy. I felt terrible. Like I remember saying like to my people, no women, like no elderly people, no nothing, but.
When they're out,
they was out with just on a rampage. Like they might get jealous of someone getting something and they think, I'm getting the next thing. Like, so then that's what happened from there.
It's weird. Like,
I was like, no women, like don't touch the women. Like it's crazy, but like I say, when you're young and reckless, you just grab anything. And then obviously
What's the motivation? Just having nothing and wanting shit. Do you think is that what these lads are like?
I think so, and I think it's like gets to a stage where everyone sees things and they think, yeah, that's cool, but it ain't cool. When you grow up, you get more wise. So yeah, it's not cool. But going on that, we carried on. We just literally kept getting people one after another. Then CID, undercover police, come flashing past us. I think one of my people had a knife, and that's why they said it was armed. But no one used the knife. They said it was armed. We quickly ran back, put everything in a bush, and then we carried on walking like normal. A few ran away and a few got away, but a few of us most of us stayed, and we obviously, the police come out, stopped us, whatever. We ain't got nothing on us, blah blah blah. And then they looked in the bush, they found whatever. I think they had someone in the van go past and say, yeah, these are the guys who done it to me.
Right.
So that's when we got arrested. Was in the cells for like 3 days maybe, and then
at what point what are you thinking when you're there though? Because you're young.
I'm young, and I've got like 2 cases already pending, like burglary, little things like that, little dumb things like that.
Are you scared? Because even as big as you were, you're still fucking, easy work for these guys who are the proper guys.
I'm a man, I'll be real, I've been jail twice now, and I can't do jail. I don't like jail. I can hold my own, but I don't like to bang up like 23 hours in a day doing nothing, eating fucking canteen. Bollocks, like you're just sitting on your ass, and if around, there's people in there saying, as soon as I get out, I'm on this, I'm on that. Straight away, I'm there like, bruv, just go get a job or do something like. But like I say, when you grow up, you get more wise. There's people in there thinking about their next plot and what they're doing to get money.
It's education,
criminal, criminal straight away. There's people doing that, but if that's their hustle, then that's what they do, innit? That's how they get. That's the only way they know how to make money. Not everyone's got a brain. Not everyone's got talent. So that's how people do their thing. So
it's kind of interesting for you because actually the fact that you are a footballer and you're a bit of a famous face sort of kept you from going down that route, because you can't be robbing people who are going, that's not a Ranger, he's running away with my blue chip boat.
No chance, but obviously the money started cut. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
I was in the cell for like 3 days, and then we eventually got to court because I think it was on a Friday. So you had to, there's no courts on the weekend, so you had to wait till Monday. We went to Monday come. Obviously we got bail, but I had a tag. No, I didn't get the tag. I had a curfew, 7 to 9. And then got back home. My mum sat me down and said, listen, that's it. This is the last thing, or you can just go live somewhere else, on the road, wherever you wanna go. Your guy, I'm taking you to an interview for Southgate College. It's a Pro Tech, B Tech, football thing, Scouts got, cool, I'll do it. Went to the interview. I was pissed off at the interview. I remember that she literally wanted to slap me on the interview, because you got to do like a little interview before, you got to get into the college before you get into the team. So I had to have a little interview, so that could have messed up from there.
So your
really.
attitude was shit?
Attitude was stinking as shit. Literally, like I was just there like, I don't want to be here. I was literally not even looking at the woman.
Right.
I was looking at her, and she just, my mum basically pinched me, and I said, cool. Anyway, got in now, long story short, got in. I played.
You got a fucking chip on your shoulder then?
Yeah, I had a chip. I was pissed. I just didn't want to do the whole
Education,
that's it. I didn't want to do it. I just wasn't on it. Like I wasn't on it at all. And then eventually I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna try work hard, because catching cases and doing all that, it's long now. This is, you got talent, try use it. So I've gone now on the trial. The first day I remember I had a swollen ankle, strapped my ankle, and I trained for the first day, and then it was a trial, and they said, yeah, you're in. Literally, you're in. Like after the first 40 minutes. Got in now. Then I
easy though, innit?
Yeah, I know. I was like,
walking into things.
But I remember telling my mum, like, I'm definitely getting in this. Like, the confidence was high. I said, I'm definitely gonna get into this team, like, whatever, blah blah blah. Anyway, now we have a team. We have a game. We trained for a few weeks. We had getting fit pre-season. We have a game against Southampton. Travelled up there. I remember sitting. Literally, there was no seats for me. I had to sit on a actual, like a bag, like literally all the way to Southampton. I was on the bench, and I think I was using 2-0, and then I come on off the bench. I got a half, and I end up scoring 2 goals. One with my left foot, which I used just to stand on. Literally, I don't use my left foot, and I think it was a header. And then after, we've gone back down and then to London, and the coach said, yeah, Southampton are interested in 2 of you. I was like, oh, it must be me. I scored 2 goals today. Who else is going to be? Anyway, he pulled me aside and we got back and said, yeah, Southampton want you, blah, blah, blah. I was supposed to start, so basically Southampton wanted me to go on, not even go on trial, they wanted to sign me. So I didn't even get to start for the Pro Tech team, their season. I had to go straight to Southampton. Then I was like, wait, hold on. Southampton want me, so life's literally changing right now. Like I was thinking, wow, crazy.
So basically no work went into this, you just walked straight in basically.
Walked straight in basically. I didn't even start for that the season for the Pro Tech team, and I had to pay like £400 to get the top of the tracksuit and the kit and whatever. And that was just part of how it went down, innit?
I love how you still remember that.
Yeah, and I remember my mum said, well, you ain't started the season for them, so technically I can get my money back. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, why not? Ask for your money back. And then she there was a bit of drama with that, but she got her money back. I think the guy was moaning, I think his name was Pete. He was moaning saying, well, we helped you get to Southampton, which is true, but times are hard, innit? My mum wants her money back.
Fair,
You know what I mean? So she got her money back eventually. They asked for their tracksuit back because they just being a bit bitter. Gave it back to them, and then I started at Southampton, and then from there, I still had the case. So I didn't say nothing to Southampton because I thought it would ruin me just as soon as I got there. So I didn't mention it. But long story short, started scoring goals for them. Everything's going well. A letter comes through solicitors to Southampton Lodge where I'm staying. But it says solicitors on the letter, so she's been nosy. I can't remember the woman's name, but anyway, she's opened the letter without my permission, obviously. Then the coach, like during the season, said to me, "Now, have you got anything you want to say to me?" He's pulled me aside, and I'm thinking, "Fuck, like, what's this? What's this about?" No, and I'm scoring so much goals, so I'm thinking, is he gonna say you're on the bench for the first team or involved? He's like, "Are you sure?" And I said, "Oh, mate, what's going on here?" Like I was confused. So I said to him, "No, what's up?" He said, "Nothing to do with police." Then I knew from that, like, I was game over. So I said, Dave, I remember his name was Dave Hockaday. I said to him, "Dave, like, I didn't know what to say. I felt like I couldn't really say anything on it because I didn't want to ruin my chance here. Like, I'm doing well for myself. I got myself out of the area, the naughty area I'm in. Please, like, I just wanted to sort myself out, you know what I mean?" And he was like, "Listen, like, I think that's the best thing I could have done," because he was like, "Are you crazy? Like, we'll back you to the end. You should have told us from the off." I said, "How did you find out?" And he said, "Obviously, the woman at the lodge read your letter from solicitors." So from there, carried on playing, scoring goals, still scoring goals. Then my court case come up, and then I remember it was all of us in the dock, and we're sitting there like, "Oh, what now?" Like, we're thinking we're gonna get bail. A lot of people have been picked out, so my solicitor said to me, "You can have a plea bargain where you just pick to one robbery and then they'll serve you on that, you get sentenced on that." So I said, "Cool, no problem, let's do a plea bargain." I said, "Yeah, that was me, whatever, on the one robbery." And then we've left, gone for I think we went McDonald's breakfast. It was early, but my belly, I just felt anxious. That I was like, "No, I can't eat. Something not right about today." And then my cousin was the first. She was like, "Yeah, remanded to custody." And remember, things are going well for me now. So I've got a letter from Southampton. I've got so much good references. The judge still said, "No, remanded to custody." I swear to you, listen, I'm a man. Yeah, but I definitely started crying down there. It's my first time in jail. I'm basically like a baby still. I'm 16. I started crying. I was like to my cousin, like, we're going to jail. Like, we're actually going to prison. He's like to me, "Cuz, fuck it. Like, it is what it is, innit? We done the crime. We have to serve the time." His head is just, you know what I mean? He's strong-minded. I was like, "No, I can't go there. You crazy? Like, things are going well for me at Southampton. No way, I can't be going to prison." Anyway, long story short, I done 11 weeks in there, 3 weeks in 3 weeks in Feltham. Started playing with the foot. Like, I got used to it. Started playing football with the other people in jail. Like, it was crazy. And then I remember we would beat teams, and then they'll be like, "Oh, at least I'm going home to shag my woman tonight, blah blah blah. You're going back in there." I said, "Oh, mate, I only got a couple of weeks left, blah blah blah." But these times I had like 9 weeks left. Anyway, now,
what was it like when you were in prison though? Like, because
in the
after the tears left you and you were like, "All right, I'm gonna do this." Like, what was that first time like? Can you remember it?
I just, after the first day, the priest come to see me. I was like, "Listen, how long can you sit with me for? Because I can't be in this cell." Single bang up, like, you're in the cell by yourself, literally. And I remember they brought a care package that night. I got in there like, oh, it was so dry. I looked in the mirror, scratched out. Like, it's not the way you want to live, like, you know what I mean, for the next 2 months or so, 3 months. And then I knew this is real. I'm really in jail. Like, no matter what, if it's youth offending, like, I'm in jail. So youth offenders, it doesn't matter. Jail's jail. You're still gonna be locked up 23 hours a day, but it was terrible. And especially when you're young, you got other people thinking they're bad and tough and they want to prove a point and all of that. So I think the younger generation, when you go jail at a young age, is worse than the older.
You're more confrontational.
Yeah, they're more like, "Yeah, I'm the man here." What, like some stare off, like it's some competition. But from early I knew, listen, ride my time, go home, get things done, right? So, but I done it. Go on.
Do you think playing football, you can sort of earn people's respect by being good? Other people see you and they're like, "Oh, he's actually all right."
Yeah, definitely. Like, a few of the govs in there at the time when I was young was like, "Oh, this guy definitely plays for something. Like, he's got something. Like, he's playing with the." Like, they let me play with the older lot. Like they said, yeah, come, he's playing for us, and I ended up scoring like 5 goals in the game. And there were lots of people like, yeah, this guy's something else. Why are you even in there? Why are you not? I said, bro, I play for Southampton, but it's something old. It's always something old with me. Like with the new, recent time, something old, and then popped up. But yeah,
catch up.
Always behind.
You get out, go back to Southampton.
Yeah.
Do things go
Yeah,
okay
that's
again?
Obviously, I had a strike partner, and I think I saw the jealousy in his face when I come out like, oh, why is he out? Like, but I was like, nah, I'm out, I'm ready to work. But I was banned from the lodge, so this is where it got technical. I was like, so what do I do now? They said, oh, you can eat here, but you can't stay here. But not one person in the lodge in history, I know that's facts. Gareth Bell's been in that lodge.
He was a bad boy.
Theo Walcott, Leon Beck. There's been so much players in that thing, but no one in that history. McGoldrick, I don't know if you heard of McGoldrick.
No.
Plays for Ipswich.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, but there was so much. Nathan Dyer, Brad Ratfield, there's so much people, but there was no one who got banned from the lodge. So they actually set me up to go to my own flat. So my mum said, okay, I'll do that, no problem. The academy director come to see me whilst I was in jail and said, listen, we're going to put you in your own flat. You're not staying at the lodge. You can eat there. You got to get there in the morning to get on the bus to training, blah, blah. No problem. So I was doing that for a while. My mum was up there. She stopped working and she basically worked from home because my grand owns a children's home, so she was working from home. It was alright for her. But it was still like, right, my mum's putting in all this effort, like, and I'm seeing that. I'm like, I definitely gotta make it work. Anyway, on the last day, I think the last week was breaking up summer. For the summer, I remember stealing so much kit to bring back to my friends and everything. Like, I stole everyone's boots, first team boots, and then they were like, how's this happen? Anyway, now, I even took the old woman lady.
Why?
I don't know. I think I just wanted to just bring back to my friends, like, and show them kits and boots, and I don't know.
Even on the quote there, when it talks about why you were released or whatever, it says he stole so much kit. Like they're like, as if they're saying, we don't even mind a few pairs of boots. He took the fucking piss.
Everything.
I literally took.
He's like the opposite of Santa Claus. This guy.
No, but the point is, what's confusing to me at this point is, maybe it's retrospect, maybe it's hindsight. You're thinking of other people when you're stealing for these people.
Yeah.
See,
but you're just Robin Hood, yeah.
Yeah.
It's mad.
What's the thought? Are you like, I'm not going to see these people again, so I'm going to...
No, I was thinking the first team I'm probably going to get new boots regardless. It's the last...
We'll all get new boots, don't worry about it.
Get new boots. I thought, and we're going to change, every season you change kit, like the thing. I said, this is old. To be fair, Southampton, the staff said you can take a few bits home, but I just went the extra mile and took everything in.
And when they come
you know what
there's
takes
nothing
the piss
left when they're like, we're going to have to sell Gareth Bale to pay for all this.
And you know what, I took the piss by taking a woman's roses, chocolate roses. I literally put that in the bag as well. I said, fuck it, why not?
Fuck it, yeah.
And then I hid my stuff in the bush. I've gone back.
What is it about the bush? It's always the bush with this guy.
I don't know.
They'll never find
If anyone loses anything around Nile Ranger, check the bush next to where he lives. It's going to be there.
Yeah.
So I put the roses in there as well. Fuck it, why not?
You'd love living in this place.
Oh,
it's great.
Right.
Yeah.
Bushes, isn't it?
No, but this is perfect.
I can't believe this. Like, you had a good thing going and they let you go. I mean, to be fair, they're saying the case, they're saying the fact that you can't be trusted to live with the rest of the guys. Then that's like the third strike then, isn't it, really? In their mind
that's it. Like, that's it. So the next day I've gone to look for my stuff. They're not there. So I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like,
someone stole my stuff now.
I had it perfectly. I put something there to know where to go back to, whatever. Yeah. Anyway, they've pulled me aside and said, we need to talk to you. Nah, I'm thinking, what's going on? Like, I've even got mad at another player because I thought he saw me hide my stuff. So I'm like, bruv, did you take my shit? Like, are you crazy? Do you want to fight? Like, and he's like, bro, I swear I didn't take nothing. He
left a trail of breadcrumbs.
I remember. I swear to you, I remember it like yesterday. His name was Kay McLagan. I remember as my guy though. It was close, and he was like, I was like, bruv, do you take my shit? Fuck it. And he was the first person to be able to get a license and car. So I'm gonna scratch your car. I'm gonna do this. Wow. But it wasn't him. It was the kit man. What saw me on the camera, like stash off the things. You know,
I'd love to have that footage.
I swear, I remember me. Anyway, like, so a week they said they were gonna get back to me. They said I'm suspended until further notice. I've gone to a meeting. The manager's there. I think it was Nigel Pearson. I'm sure it was Nigel Pearson. Or what's the other one?
Do you know what it is?
George Burley or something.
George,
I don't know.
Graham Burley?
I don't know.
Like
it's too far back, but one of them guys.
Out of all of them, Nigel Pearson's the last man you want to catch you.
Listen, seriously, when he was
a right miserable fuck him.
When he was in that meeting, I was literally shaking, shitting myself. He's like, "Good, I'm glad I got you like this." I was like Gaffer.
How did you justify it? What did you say? Because if you'd said like, you know, people home have got nothing, I'm just trying to fucking like, I was just. Did you say that?
I don't think that would have worked. I can't literally. I'll be lying if I can remember what I said. Right. But I remember we had this meeting and I was scared out of my ass. That I was so scared. Then I was like, had the meeting. Then I went back to my agent. Like literally, my anxiety just went through the roof the whole journey back. I was like, what do you think? Like they're gonna get rid of me? I remember that my agent was called Nick Rubery. I was like, what do you think, Nick? Blah blah blah. And he was like, I don't know, we have to just wait and see. Anyway, got home now. They phoned. They said, we're gonna phone you. Phoned, come out and Bluetooth hands-free. Yeah, we're gonna terminate his deal. Blah blah blah. That, and I remember my friend being in the back and saying, so what's it back to? What we're going back to now? Robberies. Literally, because he was with me all this for the whole stuff.
He's already.
He was like, so what's it back?
Off some old lady.
He was that to you. What's it back to you? Robberies. And I was like, bro, I can't do. Look how this was. I'm not going back to that. Forget that. Anyway, my agent said,
I feel like this could have this situation. It could have been handled very differently, and potentially, I know people will look at this now and say, some people like have got no sympathy for you.
Yeah, definitely. That's understandable.
But I come from a council estate, so I know lads who one of my mates had so much fucking talent and just blew it, right? Yeah, so I've seen this before, and I feel like if the situation had been handled differently, your whole life could have been different potentially.
I reckon so as well. That's why I say people around me, like it was hard, but you have to just cut them off for yourself. It's not like you're saying I'm cutting them off because fuck you. It's like I'm cutting you off because I gotta, when I'm finished my career, can I come to you and say, yeah, you paying my rent this month? Oh, you doing? No, you gotta do it yourself. You gotta have tunnel vision and sort your life out.
You end up at Swindon not long after that or something, didn't you?
Yeah, Swindon.
I don't know what happened there because on the notes it's very brief.
I'm gonna go to it now. So
how do you end up at Swindon then?
I remember, I think I can't remember who phoned or how it went along, but my agent said Swindon want you. I said, oh fucking hell, Swindon. But I'm 16, so I'm thinking, if you go there, do well, you get a move. Anyway, now I've gone there. I didn't like it at the start. I didn't like it. I remember my stuff getting, the change rooms were so shocking. Like it was like literally like.
Because Southampton, you've gone from a good club there.
You've gone from the best academy in Britain.
I think
at that
it was
point,
a
right?
championship at the time of Southampton.
They're still an amazing club.
Yeah, still amazing, exactly. So to League 2, and I was just like, I know I'm gonna smash it, but it's my fault while I'm here. Blah blah blah. I said, you know what, the lads are decent. I'm not gonna judge or throw shade on it. I'm just gonna work hard and get a move hopefully. Anyway, I done well. Played a couple of reserve games. Done well for myself. I remember I scored an overhead kick in one of the reserve games, and then my agent said, let's go Burger King. Went Burger King. I was like, what's up? But I remember before that, my chain got robbed. So much things got robbed. It's like karma again. Like all things got stolen at the change room. So Swindon owed me some money for that. I remember like it was yesterday. They didn't want to pay it. Anyway, sat down.
Get your mum under them.
Yeah, exactly. She's something off. So got onto my agent in Burger King. Sat down. He said, listen, you're going to Newcastle tomorrow. I was like, no, I'm not. I'm happy here. I want to get a contract here. I remember they offered me like £300 a week. I was like, wow. Like, because remember, I didn't even get the pro at Southampton, so I was used to the 95. I was like, £300. Yeah, let's do it.
That's great.
No, Newcastle want you. You're leaving tomorrow. How we're gonna do it is we're gonna leave your stuff. You're gonna drop your stuff off before training. And we're gonna head up to Newcastle. So I was like, I don't want to do it. Anyway, the next day comes. I didn't do it. Dennis Wise has got on the phone like, listen, are you a maniac? You don't want to come to Newcastle and give it a go? I was like, Then I remember looking at, I was living with Sean Morrison at Cardiff now, and I can't remember the other striker's name, but I was like, what do you think, Sean? And he's like to me, you should go for it, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I told someone, so I said.
Sorry, what was the question here? Why would you not want to go? Had you ever been?
No, I never. I just knew because I was like, it's far. I just thought I wasn't on it. Like I just didn't want to do it. I'm from London. I was not too far. Swindon wasn't.
But
too
Newcastle were a Premier League club,
exactly,
and you're at a League Two club where you're not even getting a first team game anyway.
Obviously, I was thinking £300 a week. I'm set. I've met new friends. I'm comfortable now. So starting again, it's long. You know what I mean? And anyway, I did that. Now I went there. No, I was on the phone. I was like, nah, man, I don't want to do it. Anyway, I went there. Said, drop off your kit. I did that the following day after. Jumped in the car, headed up to Newcastle.
Wow.
And I remember we trained. I trained for one day, and then I think after a few weeks later, we had a game, like a little pre-season game. Kevin Keegan was watching. Keegan was the manager at the time. With what's that guy with the beard, man? McDermott was there,
yeah.
And there was like, this guy's got talent, like, and I think Michael Owen was there. A few of the seniors watched the game. Anyway, now long story short, they signed me, got a contract, $750 a week. So I was like, $750 a week and 20 grand signing on fee. So 10 grand
Fucking
one
hell.
year, 10 grand next year. I'm like, oh my days, I can buy the most trainers I want, the tracks, everything I want in life right now.
Huge bushes. You can buy a massive bush to just put all your shit in.
At 17, so I'm there like, wow, this is actually happening. Like, I signed a 2-year deal for Newcastle. And then I remember, went back to London now. After that, I was boasting. I was saying, when's it gonna come on Sky Sports? My name, like, in the writing. When's it gonna come? I'm filming it on my phone, like when's it gonna come? Then it eventually come, filmed it, buzzing. Then went back up to Newcastle. They put me in a lodge. But I remember that game I played. I made friends with one of the reserve team players, like 2 years older than me, maybe, called Frank Dankwa, and he got released shortly after. But we became close friends. But I remember I was talking to him and he was like, Keegan was just, because he had a game, he was involved with the first team, so he was like, yeah, there's this black boy with plaits. Like, Keegan was talking, black boy with plaits and the gold teeth, like, what a player, like, I'm definitely gonna have him involved very soon, blah blah blah. And then he's come and told me that, so I'm there like, wow, seriously, Frank. Like,
I was just saying, like, I mean, if I played a game and Kevin Keegan, Michael Owen,
people are watching of that stuff,
and those guys go,
yeah, I know. I was like, I wasn't taking it in. Like, I was like, I just wasn't taking it in. I was just doing what I had to do. Like,
yeah.
And I was shocked. Like, how am I playing so well with these players from Newcastle, Premier League, and I was just doing well. Like,
imagine Kevin Keegan being like, he's good. By the way, how do you have gold teeth at this point? Like, how are these people not seeing these signs a million miles away?
Exactly,
like, where's this kid getting this money from for gold teeth?
I know, it's mad. I had this. It was 150 this and it's all 150. Like,
right.
I was just following trend as usual. Like, you know what I mean. I said that looks alright. Let me just get it.
Yeah.
Following trend. But I've had it for years.
mate.
Thank you. Yeah. Cheers. Yeah, I've had it for years. So yeah. So when Keegan saw me, he eventually got me involved with the squad. So one time, there's two ends. What's the Newcastle training ground like? Benton, is it Benton?
Benton, I think it is
so
now.
There's two ends, the academy side and the first team side and reserves and that. So I remember coming into training on the academy side, ready for training. Got into change rooms, and I think his name is Richard. He went Luton as a manager for a bit. Richard, he was the academy director, bald head.
Fuck knows, mate.
Oh, mate. Anyway, now Richard something. He's come to me and said, no, Alan Thompson. Do you know Alan Thompson, Celtic? He's come to me and said, "Hey, Range, come on, I need to talk to you."
Yeah.
And I said, "What's up?" He said to me, "You need to pack your stuff. You're involved with the first team squad and travelling with them." I was like, "What?" He said, "Yeah, there's a few injuries. You're travelling." Arsenal, yeah, and it was like Arsenal games. So I was like,
Come back to London.
I was literally I didn't know what to do, faint or jump up for joy. What do I do? So now I've gone in, I couldn't hold it. He said, "Listen, yeah, cool, no problem." I've gone back into the change room and said, "Bruv," to one of my friends, "Hey, I'm involved against Arsenal the weekend, you know, like, da-da." And then he's gonna told that person, and then the whole change room is buzzing for me now. Well, I hope so. I hope they were buzzing at the time. Anyway, I've gone up, walked across the side. Then I've met Keegan, but I've gone to him because I was so young. I didn't know about Gaffer. You're at Gaffer, and I was like, "Oh, you're at Keegan." And then he started literally laughing for about 5 minutes straight. Him and McDermott laughing, creasing on the floor nearly. And I was like, "Oh shit, what have I done wrong here?" Like, and he's like, "Nah, listen, you never call me that again." it's Gaffer from now. Yeah, I'm your Gaffer. I'm your manager. I'm the manager of this club. Like, it's Gaffer, not Keegan. But he knew I was raw. So I didn't really know.
Yeah, he was teaching a child at that point.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I was just like, oh.
So Kev.
I was like, yeah, basically, I was like, not even Kev. I said, you at Keegan? Like, and I was on bending up for ages. So now, I've eventually got into the squad now. I remember being in a hotel. We had to go to a hotel in London somewhere, travel down. But these times I'm looking at Michael Owen, like, and all these big players that. I'm here, Nicky Bart.
Did you feel like you were just pretending?
I was just didn't know what to do because I remember I think it was Nicky Bart and Michael Owen. Like, there was suitcases coming round, and at the time they were betting. They were like, "Oh, I bet my case comes first."
Fuck me.
That sounds like Michael.
Things like that, and I was like,
because we've heard how bad it was, but like that.
Yeah, I was just looking
betting
at
on suitcases, mate.
That's sad.
Can you imagine?
That's actually
Can
sad.
you actually
You
imagine?
and I just going, 5 of mine comes out first.
Like that's mad.
And I was just there like, wow, you lot loaded that. You lot, that's crazy. Whose case comes out first? Anyway, now we've got to the
His
hotel.
case comes out first. He's like 500 quid, lads.
Come on, but
I know
it's not but.
So we've got to the hotel now, but you have a sheet like to tell you what you have to do, what time the pre-match is and what everything. But I've come out late for the walk, so I've had to wait for them to come back. And this is my first time being with the squad, so imagine that. So obviously Keegan has sat me down. He Gaffer.
Yeah.
He sat me down. And he said, "Come, stand up. Everyone's eating their food." He's literally put me on blast in front of everyone. Like, if you ever come late for a walk again, this is your first time being there. Blah blah blah. But I think at the time he was angry because he knew he wanted to involve me, and all the players are seeing this. But it was my first time. I need to get used to these things. Anyway, now. So he's put me on blast, and then he said, "I'll fine you for all your wages. You won't even you have to take out them gold teeth." I remember him going crazy. Like, I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Gaffer. Like, it was a mistake." Blah blah blah. Anyway, now got onto the bus. Now it's time to travel to Emirates, and then
did anyone say anything after that to you? Any of the lads?
I think one of the French lads said something like, "Come on, bro, you have to be, blah blah blah." I was like, "Oh yeah, definitely. Sorry." Anyway,
Was it Emirates? Was it Highbury at that time?
It was Emirates.
Wow.
Emirates at that time. And I remember because they tell you, like, a coach goes past, obviously the Gaffer's at the front, Keegan's at the front, and I think McDermott come past bench, because he's got his starting 11, then he's got the bench. Then he says, you miss out. Like, two of us miss out, the youngsters miss out, but I got the tap on the shoulder, like, bench. I'm like, I was like to my friend, what does bench mean? Like, what does bench mean? You're on the bench, bro. Like, you're involved. So I was there, like, texting everyone on my phone, I'm on the bench. Walking through the Emirates, like, oh my days, this has actually happened. This is a dream come true. Anyway, now, long story short, we lost that game. But I remember him saying, you ready? Like, 76 minutes have gone by, you ready? And I'm there, like, in my head, no, but yeah, you have to say yeah, you know what I mean? So I was like, oh yeah, I'm ready, you know what I mean? And then warming up. Didn't get on that game, but after that I started getting the little tasters and here and there sort of thing. And then he got sacked. I think Keegan got sacked after that, and I don't know who came in after.
He walked Keegan actually because he had a fucking Barney with someone. Who the fuck replaced him?
Someone replaced him. Was it Chris? Did it Chris? No, not Chris. Chris Hutton, no. I can't remember who it was after that. Joe Kinnear.
That's right, man. Because it was a right shit show. Because this is when I started making me fucking videos, man.
Yeah.
Because Joe Kinnear was calling Johan Kebab.
Yeah.
Mad.
And
shit like
Boomsong,
that.
Boopsat,
Shola
yeah.
Amamobi.
Yeah.
He's all over the place.
That must be... I mean, it must be confusing for an old guy. Do you know what I mean? To come in and just have to
and
remember names.
Fucking heart attack or something like that.
Yeah, serious. Yeah, he was ill, man.
Yeah.
He was
Well, he didn't look healthy when they gave him the job. Do you know what I mean?
Did you have a good relationship with Keegan? Like, did you ever get to chat
I reckon
to him?
if Keegan stayed, he would have been on to me. I would have just shot straight up. He would have gave him my chance, definitely.
Right. And were you getting like... do you feel like your game was evolving at that point? Like you were learning little bits and training?
We went to the championship though, didn't we? The year after, and it says here Shearer extended your contract, didn't he?
Shearer did, and so after Joe Kinnear, when Joe Kinnear come, I wasn't involved really. He just said, yeah, you're that kid, what's good in the academy. Yeah, so
can't remember your name.
Yeah, I can't remember your name. Forget you.
Can't even remember his captain's name.
I know.
You've got no chance.
Yeah.
No chance. You know what I mean? So
Nile Ranger though is a pretty good name.
It is easy to remember.
Yeah.
He's got no,
Although joking is at front going nearly Ranger.
Yeah,
nearly Ranger around.
So in the championship, I remember you being used quite. It was like you and Andy Carroll.
Yeah.
And you got a few chances in the championship.
So that season when Alan Shearer and Ian Dowie come in, I remember like he come in and he said, right, he sat everyone down, all the players will go out and that we're gonna have someone in the top the clubs in Newcastle, like we're gonna have someone watching. Wow. So there's none of that shit going on anymore. The Olbers was going out and all of that raving, and we were doing bad. I mean, we were doing terrible and we're losing every game.
People like in that season was people just taking the piss basically.
Taking the piss. I remember we had to go out on nights out. We'll have to go travel to Leeds and have a night out.
And would you do that? Would people do that?
I did it 1 or 2 times. Like obviously you got to live your life, innit? Even though we're losing, you still got to live your life. You know what I mean? But not take the piss. Like, you know what I mean? Going into top was shitting on your own doorstep basically,
right.
and you're just gonna get a hell of a fine when you get into training. That
because my question is like some people like that balance. Do you know what I mean? Like if they only work, then all work and no play makes whatever, Jack a dull boy or whatever. Yeah, cool. Did you feel like you were a better player when you could relax in between and go out and do those sorts of things, or were you just following?
When was my game top? You know, at that age I was hungry. No matter what, I could go out, have a night out, come in a bit, steaming a little bit, and still be on job because I was so hungry. Literally, I just wanted to get to the top.
Yeah.
So it was one of them things, really. But
it doesn't. The thing is, I think it's more of a sign of respect for me. So like, if the team's winning and you see a few footballers out enjoying themselves, no one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
No one. But when you're as bad as we were that season,
no, we were bad, innit?
It's like
it shows a lack of understanding of the team.
The fans feel like he's out fucking enjoying himself, even though we're fucking paying a lot of money every week to fucking go and watch that shit.
That's why Alan Shearer, Ian Dowie, they put a ban on it.
What were the players like about Shearer? Like how? Because I know that Joey Barton and people like that, like they clashed with Shearer or whatever.
Yeah.
Were you there when that all went down? Can you remember that?
When Barton was clashing with Shearer? I was there, but I wasn't really involved like too tough like that. I wouldn't really try and see what's going on or ask. I'll just hear little bits, bit of moaning, a bit here and there. I remember but Shearer was serious, man. He didn't mess about, but he liked me a lot. He was like, he used to always sit me and say, who's your agent? Like, you want to talk to my agent, sort of thing. Like, I like you, blah blah blah. So
he wanted to take you under his, I mean, he gave you a contract for 3.5 years.
That's what I'm saying.
A lot of the money you've made is because of his faith in you.
Exactly. I remember I was at the academy side. He said, I'm going to give you a new deal and you're now getting changed under the thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, things are just getting better and better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then
and that was a good deal as well from what I remember here.
That was a decent deal. Was I think it was it like $2,500 a week, I think. And then $2,500 about 17,
which is a crazy amount of money
for just 18.
Yeah. So you're on like 10 grand a month at 17 years old.
Yeah, I remember when the tax wasn't as high as it was now.
Right.
It was like 30%. It wasn't as bad, you know what I mean?
And then
being on the bench, you get a bonus being on the bench. If your team wins, you get a bonus. Bonuses was crazy as well. So he eventually left. I think Aston Villa was his last game. I remember being in the squad, and I went with England after. But after that,
what was the Villa game? We got relegated. Yeah. What was the mood like? What were the lads like after the game?
Distraught, like it was crazy. Like I literally, because I was outside, and then he was like, everyone get in. So even players were, because I missed out that time. I wasn't in the squad. I was in the squad, but I wasn't on the bench. So he said to me, yeah, like everyone come in. Well, lads, I told you, I've tried to put in a shift, but like literally everyone was distraught. Like, but I didn't know whether they wanted to see the back of him or what it was. Like, but it was just everyone was distraught. And luckily, I didn't have to go on that journey on the way back with them, because I didn't even want to know how it would have been. But I went with England, and then I've come back the next season when the championship. Shearer's left, so I think they've left Chris Hughton.
Chris Hughton was in charge.
And then Chris Hughton. Anyway, we was doing well.
Hughton seems like a good bloke.
Yeah, he was a good guy, man. He used to always tell me like, stop rushing home to your girlfriend. I had a girlfriend at the time, like for years. He's like, stop rushing home to your girlfriend, mingle with the lads, stop just rushing off, blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, alright, that's true. Like, cause I was used to calling him Chris, but then I started, cause of that whole Keegan situation, I said, you know what, is it Chris? Cause he wasn't nowhere near like the manager.
Level, yeah.
So I was thinking, Chris, Chris, what should I do? Chris? So I was used to call him Chris, but then I said, you know what, let me have manners and be polite and say Gaffer, because you're the manager now. So I said, yeah, Gaffer, what do you do? And then started calling him Gaffer, got into the swing of that. But he was giving me chances, like he was starting me in championship games. I remember playing against Leicester, getting man of the match, and I was just thinking, now it's happening. I got standing ovation. Like I was like, wow, Newcastle, people are noticing me in the town. I'm going to Tiger, like everywhere, like Nile Ranger, like I'm there, like what? Oh my days, it's happening, like. Because I remember I used to go Nando's as an academy player, and I used to see people like going up to Alba and all these players, like, you know what I mean? But like the city's like a fishbowl. It's like everyone knows everyone, and it's like I don't know how they fill out that stadium like that. You know what I mean? There's so much people in Newcastle. It's crazy. That atmosphere. I swear to you, that atmosphere. You can't, like, it's crazy. That atmosphere there. I've never seen a thing like it. Especially
so
like.
How much was your ego growing? Because like you're going out now you're old enough to go out in the piss, girls fucking all over, no doubt.
Mad. Like, what was that Wolf of Wall Street moment like, where you realise, oh, it's all fucking enjoyable now, I'm gonna fucking enjoy this shit? When I think it was when I started getting, because I was getting quite a bit of money from bonuses, like, and I was like, what do I do? Like, I said, Mum, what do you save it? You're gonna get a mortgage. I was in a flat near Gateshead. They got some decent apartments like around there. I was there,
remember.
But I was coming in late to training all the time. I was trying to get through the back. Like, I was always late, but they would find the hell out of me. Like, so like it was ridiculous, the fines I got. And eventually they got a guy at the gate with writing down things. Like,
wow.
Yeah, we got serious, and Chris would do things like, you're fine of £300, then he'll get to £600.
Why were you late all the time though? What was the problem? You were
That's
two.
all you have.
You were 2 hours late today.
No, it was, and then you know. He's lying.
Even today, he was 2 hours late.
He's lying.
London traffic is bad.
No,
the roadworks are nasty.
Those roadworks are bad out there today.
Yeah. Don't forget.
Have you got a timekeeping problem generally?
I think it is a thing where I'll get home from training, go to sleep, wake up, play my game, mess about with my mates, whatever, and then I find it hard to get back to sleep,
right?
Like until like 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. Then when it comes to wake up in the morning, struggle. Right. Like it's always been like that throughout my whole career. Like literally, I don't know if I got I don't know what it is, but I think I just need to work on not sleeping straight after training.
Have you ever thought about that and been like, I've got a problem here? I should change that.
Definitely, but it's hard to just see with me. I can't just say, let me organise my sleep. Okay, 10 p.m. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to cut rolls my eyes and go. Can't do it. Right. I'd rather just doze off to watching TV, like whether it's 2 and 3 in the morning. Right. But snooze is a dangerous thing. Snoozing that, see that button there? That's dangerous, mate.
It feels like you need someone though to like literally be with, like hold your fucking hand though to do it's normal shit. Just to get to work on time though.
It's mad, but I shouldn't have to depend on no one. Like, you know what I mean? Born alone, you die alone. You shouldn't be depending on someone to help you. That's not their job, you know what I mean? But it's true.
There'll be people watching this now though, and I'm feeling it, like frustrated even listening to you. Like, why the fuck can't this guy just get up on time and go to work on? Like, you're lucky to do what you do.
Lucky, innit?
Like, and I'm sure you've had this said a million fucking times here.
So much people throughout the world.
It's like,
they're not getting it. Like, what? You're doing something you love. What's going on, mate? Like, literally, I'm here grafting my bollocks off 9 to 5 or
hating it, these guys.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's like, come on,
but
bro.
I understand a little bit because you 18, 19. Yeah. So I do, at that age, we all fuck up a bit, right? So I understand that. I think later on is where my tolerance of that excuse just is non-existent, because it's like, at this age you should know better, obviously. So there's an issue where you're photographed holding a gun, as I brought up in the video.
That was when got to the Premier League sort of thing. Like, eventually got to the Premier League. So I basically had a whole season in the Championship, done well.
You did decent.
We got promotion again.
Do you like him?
No, at that point, I'm thinking.
I wasn't cussing on at that point.
No, genuinely though, at that point I was like, all right, Nile Ranger could be something. Andy Carroll could be something. Like, we had some decent young players. I'm like, all right,
Andy was doing very well.
Andy, but you weren't that far off Andy in terms of the eyes of the fans. It was like, oh, we've got a couple of good young lads here. This can fucking work out.
Exactly.
But then Andy, the next season, he had one of those seasons where no one could touch him.
He had a great season.
Yeah, and
got the number 9, everything. He smashed it.
Yeah, and being Newcastle, he was always going to be pushed a little bit.
He was,
but he hit the ground fucking running.
He did, and I remember
what was he like as a bloke to play with?
See, Andy. Andy's a lunatic. He's a lunatic, but he gets the job done. He flipping scores them goals, and he's a presence when he's on the pitch. You know what I mean? So he does his job. You know what I mean?
He seems a bit like you in the party animal type.
I think he's worse than me, to be fair. Yeah. But obviously,
fuck me, he's going to see this and be like,
if he sees it. Andy's definitely worse than me, but he's a good bloke, though. I give it to him. He's got banter and he's a good guy.
Can we just touch on him? Because I think Andy Carroll, talent-wise, is right up there. If he could have stayed fit, people would talk about him in a totally different way, because he's sort of forgotten about. I mean, Harry Kane came along, he became England's great striker, and I always felt like if Andy Carroll stays fit for a season, you have a 20 goal a season striker.
Or if he stays in Newcastle,
he will get you that goal on 90th minute, that header. Like, he flick it. He's a giant. Like, he's literally, his hands are like that.
Yeah,
like, literally, his head's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's a flipping horse. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. But he can play. But he's a good guy, like, in general, you know what I mean?
Do you think he had suffered a lot, not as much as you suffered, but from similar issues of looking after yourselves in your career?
Because it's hard. I think Nobby, Kevin, he took him into his wing, like, under his arm, and said, you know, I'm going to look after you because you are a top striker, you're scoring goals, you're the man, you know what I mean? And that helped him a lot, Kevin Nolan taking him under his wing.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that definitely helped him, because he was getting his car blown up and stuff like that in Newcastle.
Fuck me,
I remember he was going through a lot of shit. So, you know what I mean? But then he still bombed on and carried on doing well, and he got his move to Liverpool, so good on him.
Yeah.
I think that's where it set him. And he was like, okay, England now, and then I don't know what he's doing now. He's just probably just living life, to be fair.
West Ham's a tricky club to...
Yeah, is that West Ham?
He's just always injured.
He's injured, like, I heard some rumours, probably rumours, but knowing Andy, the way he is, heard he snuck out and hurt his leg or whatever. Sounds like him, to be fair, but definitely sounds like him, to be fair.
Yeah.
I promise you.
So, what point do you decide I'm going to take a picture holding a gun, and why do you think that's a good idea at the time?
I remember these times I've got another. So I played Premier League now. I've had a few appearances, played against Arsenal, a couple of teams. I'm like, oh my gosh! Like, I remember when I was 17 and on the bench, I wasn't even playing. Now I'm actually at the Emirates, got Koscielny sent off, and things are happening. Like, you know what I mean? Chris gave me that chance, and then what was it? I think it was a game against Chelsea, 2-2. I think Stephen Taylor scored. After that, they showed me a paper of me. They was like, we need to talk to you. As soon as I come off the pitch at Stamford Bridge, I was like, what's going on here? Like, what's going on here? Like, you know what I mean? And obviously just before that, I scored against Chelsea. Like, things were going great. Got a new deal, new contract, 5.5 year deal. Then it's like, this gun in the paper. But it was a BB gun I bought with my missus at the time, and I had the little target thing in the garden. I was shooting, like, you know what I mean? I moved house and I was just playing, being a young boy, a young man, you know what I mean? Just messing about, being reckless. But I took a picture and I put it on my WhatsApp, and then my mum said to me, and my family said, take that down off your WhatsApp, are you crazy, dude? So I've took it off. But I had a bunch of people, every Tom, Dick and Harry on my WhatsApp contact list at the time, so it could have been anyone. But I heard from a source that someone made $9,000 off it. But I was holding a gun, a BB gun. I got my missus to take it at the time, and I put it on my WhatsApp. So someone's grabbed it off my WhatsApp and sold it to the paper. I've come out, I've chatted at Stamford Bridge, and Lee Charnley has said to me, come here, you need to watch this. Double spread paper. It's like they printed the paper before it even come out. They got an early paper.
Like, this is coming out tomorrow.
This is coming out tomorrow, and they're gonna fine you 2 weeks' wages. What do you think you're doing? The police at your house right now as you speak saying we want the gun, but I put it in my safe. And at the time, I had a missus, and I didn't want her to know it was in my safe or whatever, give her my code, but I had to give her the code anyway. They got the gun, whatever.
And these times
was going on a part. I think we was having a night out as a group after that, the Chelsea game. So I think we went Zuma in central London, saw Campbell and the whole lot. It was a good night, but a great night. But at the time, it was all mayhem. I was thinking, 2 weeks wages, I'm pissed off. I remember they had to put everyone's card into the thing for food because the bill come up to like 15 grand or 14 grand. And they was like, yeah, Niall, you're a big boy now, you could put your card in as well. I was like, nah, man, please, like, I'm the young lad out of everyone. I can't be paying them type of, you know what I mean? And it was like, no, we'll leave you out of it. But that was a big thing because paper, Looney Tune, I remember it said Looney Tune, Nile Ranger, blah, blah, blah.
I remember
that was another thing what just...
Which paper was it?
The Sun paper.
Makes sense.
You know what I mean?
For the record though, one of the few lines I did really like in my video was, you think you're a gangster rapper holding that gun?
Oh my God.
I hope you're better at shooting that gun than the other football.
I heard this saying in Newcastle for so long. I don't know why, but someone said you're gangster first, footballer second, or something like that. I kept hearing that. I seen it on Twitter. I was like, who even said that? But I think someone said that. I said that.
I don't know.
People, fans, like, you know how it goes. It spreads, innit?
It feels... I mean, we all know what happens to young black players now in newspapers.
Yeah.
It does feel a little bit harsh when you hear it's a BB gun. Why did that come out?
I think they thought it was a real gun. Yeah, I reckon they thought it was a real gun.
But did it come out that it was a BB gun?
I don't know.
No, but it's like, it doesn't fit the narrative though. So it's not like they're going to publish a paper the next day going, just a disclaimer here, Nile Ranger, not a real gun. Not a real gun.
But you didn't try and set the record straight.
I said there's a BB. I said clearly, you don't know it's not a real gun. Go to the house and grab the gun. Do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You can see and grab the pellets while you're there. The metal pellets with it, so you know it's. You know what I mean? But maybe you can drill it to make it. I don't know.
Right. Okay.
Along that wasn't in my whole thing. I just wanted to just mess about in my garden.
So at this point though, with a few other things that's happened in the past, there's a name sort of starting to develop at this point. I feel like the bad boy image is just beginning to get going. Yeah. And then there's another rumour, I don't know how true this is, that someone got knocked out. You knocked someone out or something like that.
I'd get a few. I think that was. Wait, who got knocked out? There's been a few little episodes.
They pinned it on you, I think, didn't they?
So I think that's going down further down. Like, I'm into my contract now. Where obviously I don't think I was playing at the time or whatever, but I've gone out, my cousins, and I think someone said something to my ex, like, and said something about maybe black something or something like that, and he's come and tried to approach like he was gonna attack. So I've knocked him out, I knocked his friend out, then I've ran off. Then I was hiding for ages, but I was like, I'm now a ranger, like, in this town, like, people know who I am, there's no point. They had me on the camera for ages when I look back on the CCTV.
This is in London?
Oh, London.
Was it in Newcastle?
Newcastle. This is in Newcastle. This is in Newcastle. And then I've just said, you know what, forget it, let me hand myself over. Like, I ran for ages as well, I was blowing up my arse, you know what I mean?
Wow. First bit of training he's done in 3 weeks.
Trust me.
Finally he's on time.
Anyway, I was running and I was like, you know what, cool, like, I'm gonna hand myself in, give myself up, because they'll be at training ground tomorrow. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So I just did that, and I got nicked, and then I got not guilty for that. To be fair, but
it says you were put in the reserves for 3 months again, and then you were arrested again for being drunk and disorderly in Newcastle.
So the gaffer, I think, is that Pardew now? Has Pardew come?
Probably,
because Chris left.
To be fair, Pards got arrested on that night as well for
Pards
being drunk and disorderly as well. Yeah, he's going, lads are on a night out. You know what he's like.
Nah, this is way past the London one now. So we've got to. He said he put an article out there saying Nile Ranger will not be in this team until he's early or something like that.
Right.
Oh, I remember that, because you were just known for you were a nightmare.
Did you react to that? Those sort of comments?
No, I didn't. I just said, you know what, let me be on time so I can get back into the squad. So I did that for like 4 weeks. I was on time, and then he said, okay, you're going to be involved against Southampton. I started gradually getting back into the squad, whatever. So yeah, that was a.
So you are trainable, you are teachable. You can learn a fucking lesson. You're not a complete lost cause here.
Definitely not.
All right.
And managers like you?
They do, but then it's like I take the piss.
Right.
Like I would turn up. There were sometimes I wasn't even sick. Like I would come off for a night out and I'd be like, yeah, I'm ill.
All right, yeah.
Yeah. I'll ring early and phone the physio or the doc and say I'm ill. I did it, but they'll still say come in. Then you still have to come in, but you eventually come in, but when your own time. But I'm smelling the alcohol. Like
they know.
I'm just So
when did the drunk and disorderly thing happen? Was this? So this is after you back in.
That was it, and then there was drink driving.
All right, okay.
I think there's drink. Drunk and disorderly.
Yeah.
There's so much. There's 2 drunk and disorderly. There was one time I was
How
out
pissed do you have to be to get arrested
No, there
for
was
being
one
pissed though?
I swear to you, there was one time I was out. I don't know which drunk disorder you're talking about. I was out Halloween. Wasn't supposed to be out because we had to travel a few days later. I shouldn't be doing that, obviously, a few days before we travel. So, and on match day, but went out. I said, "Fuck it, Halloween." Went out. I was literally wearing I ordered it online. A convict, white and blue lines and that, like a convict.
You've got to admire the sense of humour.
Yeah, exactly. So I've gone out there now.
He's got his BB gun.
I've gone out there now, and then I've basically been saying to like, I think I had an argument with someone. I had a big argument. I don't know if it was my ex or I had an argument, and then
Women are a problem here.
Man,
Yeah, we haven't really covered that.
Yeah,
Right.
they're gonna get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was arguing. I said, "There's a disagreement. Just stay out of it. The officers, stay out of it. I just stay out of it. Whatever." I wasn't even drunk. I wasn't drinking that night. Anyway, now the officers have seen who I am. Mate, are you still running? Are you still giving it verbal? Are you still giving it? That's it. You're under arrest. I was like,
Right.
You know what? Just take me to the station. Just make it quick so people don't see me. Then they've longed it out. We have to wait for the thing. They have to wait for the car to come. I was like, how are you not arresting me? I'm not even drunk. Like, where's drunk and disorderly? Like, it don't make sense. I got to the station now, and I'm like, okay, if I've been nicked for drunk and disorderly, breathalyze me or do something. Why am I going to court? Because I've come at the sun and said, you're going to court tomorrow.
They probably thought you escaped, man. You're in the convict.
You know what I mean? I was
They're
like,
we've got a straggler.
they didn't even let me keep that on. They took it off.
Straight in.
They didn't even let me keep that on. They took it off. So I was like, you lot are crazy.
You went from one convict outfit to another convict outfit.
No, they're like, this isn't on
put
brand.
They put some bland t-shirt on me. I was just there like, listen, this is a joke. Like, I'm not even drunk. What are you not playing at? Breathalyze me, do whatever. Furthermore, I know a lot of people what do this week in, week out, drunk and disorderly, and they get a £90 fine. Why am I going to court? Because of who I am. And then they sent me to court.
Do you feel a bit targeted by that?
Of course I am. That was another thing. And then
me.
I was travelling to the airport because we used to get on a private plane to whatever. I think it was against Stoke. We were supposed to play against Stoke. I was just getting back into the team. I'd done my 4 weeks, a little probation where I got in on time, whatever. And then, there was like to me, John Carver phoned me. John Carver? He phoned me like,
I'm the greatest coach in Premier League history.
He's like, great. He's like, no.
Just wanted to tell you,
No,
Niall.
it's the greatest coach in Premier League history.
He was like, no, listen. The gaffer just told me you just turn around and go home. No. I'm like, why though? He said, mate, I don't know, but you got to turn around right now. You're not involved. So all that probation, the 4 weeks of probation, and then get into the airport, and it's like, yeah, turn around. Actually get into the airport, I have to turn around. Just when I'm getting back into the team, it was ridiculous.
And why did you have to turn around? Do you ever find
because
out?
of that, it come out in the press or someone contacted the club. I thought we could keep that low, but it couldn't.
Okay.
It couldn't.
So then the next thing we've got here in the list is apparently you smashed your girlfriend's front door in.
I remember that. So my
An
ex,
innuendo.
there was trouble with my ex. She must have said, she was living with me at the time, and then she said, yeah, I'm gonna go back to London. I was like, no, you're not. You ain't going nowhere. So she went to training. I went to training. Then she said to me, I've gone back to the house and she's not there. I'm thinking, wow. So I remember saying to the gaffer, like literally something's popped up with family, blah blah blah, just to go and chase her. Like literally, I chased her, went to where she was living, and I basically said to her, are you gonna open the door? But no, I'm not coming back up there to Newcastle, whatever, blah blah blah. Then end up kicking off the door, getting nicked, and that was another thing. Like, so the gaffer was like, I thought you was going there for family issues, and you're kicking off your girlfriend's door and getting arrested. So that was another thing, another little.
Apparently, you said that you thought she'd been kidnapped.
Is that what I said? I don't know. Possibly.
I mean, that's a reason. All right, so
Let's pick up on that comment though for just a second, because that also then sounds like you're still slightly taking the piss a little bit at that point. Like,
what?
You're lying left, right,
imagine
and
that, exactly, just lying out through my teeth, like, and I'm there like, listen, I got a family issue. I said, yeah, go for it, do whatever. Then I end up getting arrested the same night. So it's just like one thing after another. It's like, this is it now. It's taking a piss. And these times I'm just about getting back into the team. Like, it was all messy.
It's like an elastic band effect. Your career is just when you almost got there, bang, straight
bang,
away.
just like that, literally.
Yeah, and from what I'm reading, this is where it starts getting really fucking bad because at that point, like, my video was out, that really didn't help your fucking
that was mad. That was my cheers.
Sorry about that. But I had a point, to be fair. But there's the bad boy name, and then you get arrested on suspicion of rape. Yeah, right
that
now.
Was mad.
Do you want to tell us, because to be honest, I feel like the rest is quite jokey and we can laugh about it.
No, this is
like your life's over type shit, isn't it?
This happens to a lot of footballers.
Yeah.
Well,
Cristiano Ronaldo is currently being accused of.
This is what I'm saying.
Of rape.
But obviously now, I think in the law, I think it's happening now where girls go jail when they're telling fibs. You know what I mean? Because even that girl up to now, I got a friend that still lives in Newcastle. She's gone up to him recently and said, Nile didn't really do nothing to me. It was just, I loved it, but it was just I had a boyfriend at the time. I feel bad, so I was like, wow.
So how did you know this girl and what happened? So
basically,
and we just want to say before you say that, sorry, there's two sides to every story. So I'm not saying that everything you say is.
I'll get into it.
Yeah,
a little bit here and there. So these times at Newcastle, I'm trying to get back into the team, whatever. Then that was the last straw, literally. Even with the drink driving, the drink driving in there?
That's not in there.
No. Cool then. So with her now, I had my missus, whatever, and lads would be lads, innit? I'm gassed, so you can say it, gassed. I'm known. I'm going clubbing all the time. I'm not in the squad, so I'm thinking, fuck it, I'm going out tonight. And you look come out trying to drag people with me, and they're like, nah, man, training tomorrow, whatever. So I was going out. And on a night out, I see a girl. She looked alright and got her number, whatever. I said, listen, we should meet up sometime, blah blah blah. So we've met up now, and then we've gone to a hotel. We've had a bit of foreplay one night, and then we've left.
Were you drinking at this point?
Yeah, I was.
Both of you drinking?
Another time, what I can recall, another time, we've gone out and we've had a drink, gone back to the hotel for a little bit. But she was like, nah, I've got my boyfriend, bro. So I was like, cool, no problem. You know what I mean? And then
sorry, just to be absolutely clear, that's a really weird thing for anyone to say if they arrange to go to a hotel room and then kiss someone and then go,
what I'm saying, like, no,
got a boyfriend though, so let's be respectful, please.
Cool. And I was respectful. I was like, what we're doing, having foreplay, so cool, no problem.
Mixed signals.
Cool, mixed signals, cool, no problem.
And did you not say,
I'd get, let's call a cab, and if you don't want to do nothing, we just.
So you didn't try and persuade her?
No, a little bit like, he don't need to know anything. Guys would be he don't need to know.
Because that's what most lads would say in that scenario. They would try and talk her into it if that's what they wanted.
Yeah, there wasn't like, let's do it. Like, it was like, okay, no problem, but he don't need to know. Like, but still, cool. Went back.
You gave up eventually?
Gave up. I said, that's cool, no problem. Another time, whenever you're ready, like, whatever, we'll meet up and we can try again, basically. Anyway, now, still not in the squad or nothing. My ex-missus is pissed off with me at the time. She's at her friend's with a girl in Newcastle, going to work from there. So now I said, I've got a day off tomorrow. Fuck it, I'm gonna go out. I said to her, text her, like, what are you up to? What are you doing? Do you wanna go out and have some drinks? We've gone out, had some drinks, we're drunk. These times she's dancing all over me, lap dancing basically on me on the CCTV and everything. But I was like, cool, let's go to the next club. We've gone to Tup Tup where she used to work. And then I think from there we shisha blowbacks, they had the little pen shisha we're doing that shisha blowbacks, basically kissing. And then she must have said from there she was too drunk to remember anything, right? But she used to work in Tup Tup, so I think on the CCTV it shows her hugging a bouncer what used to work there. But my solicitors basically said, if you forgot everything, how do you remember to hug this bouncer?
Another thing, I seen an Instagram post today where it says, if you're out with a girl and she hugs the bouncer, abort mission.
Right.
I actually seen that this morning.
Right.
That's so weird. Nah, mate, you should have got.
I swear to you. Anyway, now we got into the taxi. We're just there.
So you're drunk,
kissing,
but like
I'm out of my head. We're both out of our head.
Yeah.
Kissing, whatever. Then we eventually got to the hotel, and then she sat down for a bit because her feet were hurting. She was wearing heels, whatever. Then we've gone up to the room, but I've opened the door, like in the in the corridor. Open the door, and then she's got her bag and walking behind me, like nothing's happened. Like, she's cool. Got into the room, what went down, and then the next day.
She was fully into it.
And then the next day she's texting me.
What, I can't remember. Did you wake up next to each other?
No, she was gone in the morning. Yeah, woke up when there was times I'll wake up and I see her there, but then she's gone the next day, and then she's text me like, I was like, make sure you. I can't remember what I said to her. I said something. I just remember we were texting like normal. Anyway, I was like, your dance moves are rubbish. She was texting like normal. Anyway, I go home now. I got a banging headache. 2 days later, I get a knock at the door. I'm like, why are you not bothering me again? What do you lot want? And they was like, we're arresting you for Section 1 rape, something like that. I was like, wow, like, and I had a friend teammate there at the time. I was like, listen, shout my agent, blah blah blah. They arrested me, but these times, I got into the cell. They searched me, but I had another phone where I was messaging, and I don't trust police, so I had another phone, so I was texting like, listen, I need to screen munch all me and this girl's chats because I think the police might do something dodgy. So I was trying to do that, but my phone died. And then my solicitor said they've looked for this other phone where you two lot are talking on. They can't find it. They've got her phone, they need your phone. So I said, all right, cool, take it. Here, it's here. It's like, okay, now they can investigate and whatever, and then you can go get bail. But I was like to my sister, do you think this is gonna come out in the press? And I don't need that for myself. I'm not gonna get no one touching me. Because that same day, Hull were in the championship. I think they were third or something. I got a phone call from Steve Bruce saying, yeah, we want you to come in for Hull. We want you to be a good asset for us, blah blah blah. So I was into, man, should I do that? Should I try to stick it out with Newcastle? I was talking to my cousin on the phone, like, what should I do? He said, go to Hull, man, smash it, and then you never know what can happen. It's championship. So that's come out now, BBC. I said to my sister, has it come out? He said to me, no, it's not. Actually, now, like, yeah, so it's everywhere, like it's all over the place. It's on BBC, it's on everything. So I've come
I'm sitting there imagining you going, no one knows.
Yeah.
And then he goes, wait, actually, it's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
I had my phone on airplane mode. I've just switched on the Wi-Fi. It's everywhere.
My bad, Niall. I'm sorry.
Fuck me.
It was literally everywhere.
So like, can you describe?
Cameras were outside when I got out there. I was pissed. Like, I was so pissed off. Like, you know when you're pissed, like things are not going well already. You're trying to get into the team. Like, okay, you want to go to Hull. Everything was shut down after that. No teams touching for ages. Everything was finished.
I don't think that people understand though, especially, I mean, you were found not guilty. Eventually we'll get to that, but the my life is over kind of feeling that you must have gone through, because rape is not.
It's not a joke. You don't just put that out there.
You know, thieving, and there's other things that you've done in the past where, you know, it's wrong, but there's just a different level of wrong. So like, and your name is never going to be the same again. Never. If that sticks.
I was getting all chants like, he beats up his wife, all everything, like she said no, Niall, she said no, all these chants. I'm thinking, wow, like this is what's going on, like, and that's not gonna stop. Even when I get a club in the future, it's still gonna continue because I'm known as this controversial player, you know what I mean? Yeah, but things like that, they need to take serious, and girls should really get done for that, like, because she was in court the whole time lying. My solicitor says she's gonna cry a few times and pretend.
What kind of things did she accuse you of, from memory?
She just, I don't really remember. She just said basically I didn't get consent, basically. She said, but my sister was just cross-examining her, like, so why did you go back to the hotel? What do you think you was going to do? Play Twister? Like, what do you think was going to go down? Like, literally, play board? What did you think? And she started crying, all of that. Anyway, long story short, the judge said, right, this is 5 days later, and in them 5 days, I got arrested like twice, like in them 5 days, because they said, basically, my hotel was in the town. I can't travel from London. These times I was with Swindon as well. I left, and I was with Swindon whilst my case was going on. Because it was like,
you were on loan, right?
No, I left.
Sorry, mutual consent. They ended the contract at this point.
I went Swindon, and then I still had the case ongoing. Literally, the officers would show up me and my solicitor a little bit of footage of that seat, like her walking, looking a bit drunk. Like, they wouldn't show other bits. My sister said, "Why are you not showing that?" And they was like, "No, we don't have to." He was like, listen,
so the prosecution was saying they don't have to.
Yeah, this was in this interview. He was like, you don't have to say, don't say nothing now. That's what I'm instructing you to say, nothing, because they're not showing us nothing. Like, I've got all day, my sister was saying, for you to show me that, and they're like, no, I don't want to show you that, because they had no case, like, you know what I mean, and that would have helped us, like, because she was all over me dancing. They didn't want to show us, but in court they showed that. They showed.
Did they show that in the trial though?
They showed that in the trial, and she was just crying, doing all that. So the judge said, listen, I want a unanimous decision. I don't want 3 saying guilty, 4 say, do you know what I mean? I want unanimous. All of you don't have to agree together. If he's guilty, he's guilty. If not, he's not. If you need further indication where I think this thing's going, then by all means, I help.
What did it feel like on the day when you got not guilty?
I was just jumped for joy, like, wow, but I paid so much fees out, like, it was still like a loss of elf to me, but it was like, I can continue and focus on my career and get things done, like, you know what I mean? Like,
did you feel like that still stuck with you a little bit?
Of course. That's never good. No matter what, where I could go to Real Madrid tomorrow, that's still gonna be with me. You know what I mean? And you just can't trust females. It's hard. And players coming up now making money, they're gonna have birds throwing their pants at them, throwing themselves at them, everything.
These players now are having to even just when they fuck a girl, they're having to pay them just to not say anything. Just for nothing. Just saying, I fucked you. Yeah. Now you don't say anything to the press about this. I'm gonna pay you just to shut up. That's mental to me. Like, you can't. For all, like, men get a lot of shit in the mainstream media. For men to have to be that fucking careful about just fucking a girl,
especially with someone, it's just mad what you have to do when you're actually somebody. Like, it's crazy. And what girls got, like, the tricks they got up their sleeve, it's ridiculous. Why don't you just get a 9 to 5 and just work hard? Like, you know what I mean? Why you have to rely on someone else, try to tarnish someone else?
I feel sorry for people who are real rape victims personally as well, because, like, I remember one time where a couple of my mates went twos up on a girl, basically. She was fully consenting, she was a known slut, and she fucking loved it. And then the next day, my mates being popular lads, she was like, oh, this is going to get out, so I need to find a way to spin this as if I'm not that girl. And she accused them. Like, I know my mates, you know your mates.
Exactly.
You know when someone's fucking.
But you know what, it's scary when I got when they charged me, because they kept making me come to the station. We can't charge you today, can't charge you. Then when they eventually charged me, it made people think that, bruh, so you got charged then? What really went down that night?
They must have something. They must have
even
something.
Your close ones, I know when I see a look in someone's eye, I'm thinking, what, you really think I did that or something? Like, even then you're thinking, wow, like, it can make someone think, wow.
The thing is, there's a school of thought which is wrong, which is that, and I've kind of thought this myself sometimes, is someone with that level of fame would never do something like that. And then you've got people like Bill Cosby, and you've got people who are famous who still fucking do shit like that.
Do you understand?
There are some very famous actors.
I respect
the
that.
whole Me Too thing is based completely off famous people who've
shut people up, haven't they?
Done terrible things, like horrible people. That's, I guess that's kind of the problem that we have here, is like, because it's such a personal thing, it tends to be between 1, maybe 2, 3 people sometimes. It's basically your word against theirs, and if you don't have any CCTV footage or anything like that, then you're very unlucky at that point. It's also that you could, and this is the important bit, is you may be sitting in a cell, and if you don't have a solicitor or whatever, and the police are trying to force a confession out of you or force anything out of you, you begin to doubt yourself. Definitely. Even if you are of a strong mind, you'll still begin to doubt yourself.
Of course.
Were there points where you began to think, should I have got consent? Should I have? Were there times that you began to question yourself?
No, because I just knew the whole time was consensual. Like, she took, like, everything pants were off. Like, she was just on it. You know what I mean? Like, so kissing. You know the usual in the bedroom, the antics. Done what we had to do, and then maybe she felt bad after about her boyfriend. Maybe, who knows? But to drag me through that mess, whatever they went through. It's crazy, because after that I had to start literally, when I was meeting girls and getting jiggy with girls, I would have to have a recording on my phone, literally record it and say, oh, like, miss, so have you got Facebook, miss? Like, and she'll be like, yeah. I'll be like, oh, what's your Facebook? What's your name? Like, fully, like, your full name, so I can add you on Facebook. She'll say her full name and look at me like I'm a weirdo, but little does she know I'm trying to record, because I don't want that shit happening again. And I'll say, like, oh, miss, did you have fun last night? Was it fun? Yeah, did we have fun? Yeah, cool. So why are you asking me that? Like, it's a bit weird.
Sort of kills the
vibe. This is what it's turned you into, though.
Okay, stop, record, add the name. So if they did come with that again, I'll go straight to the station, like, mate, just let me out now, because who was it? Yeah, that's her name there. Like,
his Facebook, right? Like, his phone is 20 video recordings a month. Just girls going, yes, I enjoyed it, sir.
Yeah, because it's
well, miss.
It's scary, innit? Like, being in that position. It's sad. You shouldn't have to live like that, but it's an eye opener for all these young footballers coming up, making their money, and dating women and doing that.
I guess it's worth saying both ways as well. It's like there will be a lot of people who will have seen what happened with Bill Cosby and happened what all these big celebrity guys. We don't know what's going to happen with Ronaldo, so it's best to leave that out. But
I didn't even know about that, to be fair.
Yeah, so he's been accused of rape, and he's been accused of rape in Las Vegas.
Like
wow, that's crazy.
And we don't know how that's going to come out. We don't know what's going to come out in the case, in the wash or whatever. But there will also be people who see girls who have actually been raped, called sluts, called all these sorts of things.
This is the thing,
and that will put them off.
Girls going through actual rape, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so this is ridiculous for these hungry girls trying to get a quick money, like a quick change out or something. Like, there's actually people getting raped out there. It's ridiculous. So
I think that's the worst part. I don't think people
should mess about with that. That's why I think the new law is that girls are getting sentences, which is a great thing, because I won't be the first, I won't be the last for this things like this is gonna happen to you. Like, people are gonna get it. Do you know what I mean? But they need to make sure they do the right things, that and the right outcome is done, because it's ridiculous.
It can ruin someone's life. Both ways.
It actually can ruin someone's life, literally. I remember I was like, every day, like, I'm on bail for rape. Like, this is a joke. Like, this is crazy. I know I'm not rape. Like, what's going on? It doesn't make no sense. And when you get charged, it's like everyone's looking at you like, "Oh, you've been charged now, mate." Like, that's a bit.
It really fucking pisses me off. It's because
ridiculous.
There's so many people, like, you know, that once again, real rape victims who've fucking been through horrible shit, who then are the reason that some people don't trust them is because of these bullshitters who get found out by pointing the finger at guys like you who are just drunk and whatever. It's like
ridiculous.
Oh, it's just fucking disgusting.
It's scary. It's scary. That's why, you know what, I got my missus now. I'm just chilled. Like, I don't deal with that. You know what I mean? Like, it's the best thing. Just focus on getting back to the top.
It shows that relationship power dynamic though. Like, sex is a powerful thing.
You know what I mean? Of course. Yeah. But there's some dodgy girls out there. I'll tell you that for free.
Yeah. So when you then come out the other side of that court case, you were Swindon
back at Swindon, but then I got into another altercation.
I'm just reading up now.
Straight after that.
Honestly, we're chatting to you here. I can't believe you got into this sort of stuff, because you seem like such a great guy.
This is what people say when the media kill me, but it's like when you see me in person and get to know me, it's a different thing.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. You seem like a nice guy. You seem stupid.
Yeah,
I've got to be honest.
Definitely.
You made so many stupid decisions.
So much.
But like, what was this? What was the next one then?
Criminal damage, I think.
You broke a taxi driver's window.
Yeah, I remember that. I was in Manchester.
After the
Liverpool.
Taxi driver called you a rapist.
Yeah, I was in Liverpool, so I remember that happened. I was like, I think we went to a night out, a few of my mates, and then guys, you know when like taxi ranks and the first car you get in, so I've tried to get into it and I drunk off my head, and I remember the guy. Well, I remembered everything. I remember the guy like, "Oh, mate, I don't want you in my car. You're a rapist." Like, I was like, what? I was out of my head. I just remember getting out and literally smashing the back of his taxi, then getting off. Then I got back to the hotel because you've obviously phoned the police, whatever, said Nile Ranger, blah. I was booked into a hotel, my name, everything, my amazing, I think, and then literally pulled up to my hotel, got into my room, and then I got a knock on the door. Officers nicked, and then that was it. I had to pay some damages, literally. And there was another criminal damage, I think. Or is that not there?
I'm looking at your Swindon chance here, right?
Yeah.
It's 5 goals in your first 11 starts. Start as a regular, and then stop turning up for training again.
I went missing. I went AWOL. I just wasn't.
That's gone so well for you though. 5 goals in 11 starts. What happened there?
I went missing, and I heard so much things that.
Well, where did you know where you went? We know you went missing. Where did you go?
I was in my flat. I was in my flat, just chilling. Something come over me. I just didn't want to go in, and I don't know what it was. I swear to you. Literally, I just wasn't in the mood.
Was this in the aftermath of the rape case? Had you got?
No, I was still in it at the time.
Do you reckon you could have been like, and I'm going through like that?
No. I don't know if I was in it or not, but
It was an ongoing rape case. It says.
It says that. So I went AWOL.
Yeah. Do you just think that you were like giving up?
I could have been stressed out because it's not easy taking that type of charge and hearing that shit when you're trying to do good for yourself. Like, no one wants that. You know what I mean? Like, so I could have been going through a stage where I was like, a phase where I was like, I'm not even going. I can't be asked. Like,
see, I can actually understand that. Like if that was the reason behind it.
I'm not sure. So I'm not gonna really.
Right.
I'm not sure what I can't remember so far back. I can't remember why, but I went missing for ages. Like literally, then I said, you know what? I need to go back to training. I need to do it because I know teams are watching me. I know I can do this, and I'm doing well for myself. So
I remember at this period, I wanted you to turn shit around because I was like, it would be good if I could do a video later on down the line of fair play to the lad, because I'm not like a hater. I'm really not. But I think there was footage came out, which I've just read that I remember, where you're having some issues at the door and you're fucking with a girl, and then you slap this girl 3 times, and I remember being like,
oh my days, innit?
I was like, this is it, like, that's it. You're fucked.
I was like, that was Swindon that was it.
What the fuck was going on there? Because I think along your journey, I'm like, yeah, I can kind of understand that, and
there's things you just that was totally out of hand. Like that was my friend. Still my friend now, like, you know what I mean?
There's CCTV, just so people know of you slapping a girl outside of that house or whatever, and it's like, you fucking wellied her in the face, mate. It was really out of order.
You know what it is? I blacked out and I drank like, I think it was a bottle and a half of Hennessy that night. It was my birthday, and obviously this girl's my friend, but she said to me the next day, like, obviously the door is shut. So I've kicked the door. I don't even remember all of this, like kicking the door. And then I think she told me that my keys are in my pocket the next day. She said, I was telling you, like, your keys are in your pocket. And I was still kicking this door. And then she was arguing with me. And then obviously I put my hand in, and she said, I put my hand in. And I was like, I don't remember none of this stuff. You know what I mean? I was there like, you're lying, because she was like, Nile, trust me. Like, I know we play about and we always mess about, but you went too far this time. Like, you actually look at my eye, and she had a little
you slapped the fuck out of her, man.
And I was like, I'm so sorry, I don't remember none of that. Like, she's like, I know you don't remember that, but obviously, like, you did it. Like, and I was like, I'm so sorry, like, literally, because I don't condone in that. That's not the guy I am. That was crazy. Like, so when I saw that, I was like, wow, like, I need to stop drinking. From there, I just cut down drinking, and literally, because I used to drink a lot, and I don't remember nothing. For me to black out like that, don't know if something was put in my drink, whatever it was, I don't remember it. So it was ridiculous.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
And is that when Swindon got rid of you?
That's when Swindon said, you know what, mutual consent, pay you out, and then you have to just, good luck to yourself, like, you have to find the next club. And after Swindon, I don't even remember where I went. But yeah, that one still up to now, that's still on internet.
Where did that footage come from? So
that's it. They told me that someone had to fix the door.
Yeah.
So the person was fixed the door, seen it's me, and got a little money out of it again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was reality. It's a cool world, didn't it? But that was mayhem. Like, and I don't remember it, so it was ridiculous.
Did you reflect? I mean, you didn't think you were capable of that.
See that? Like, obviously, I just got not guilty on that girl, and then
that to me
that come out, and then it was like, what the fuck, like, you know what I mean? This is crazy. Like, this looks like I'm some crazy woman beater. Like, it looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my day. I think I felt like I've never felt so low after that ever. I don't think, to be fair. That messed me up big star. Clubs touching me. I remember phoning a manager. I can't remember what manager it was, and he was like, I think it might have been Ian Holloway. I'm not sure. And he was like, I've got daughters. I saw in the video, like, I'll never sign, I'll never touch you, you've a barge pole. Like, I was there like, wow, like, this is crazy. That took an effect on me for a long time, even up to now. Like.
When he's saying that, what are you thinking?
When I seen it,
when he's speaking to you,
I'm thinking,
and so, like, I've seen people do shit and being like irate and being like felt it, and he's clearly watched that and felt like
he was screaming at me like I was his son, or like like, fucking, are you crazy?
You don't really have people scream at you like that in the past, so what was that like?
I have, but hardly. But it was like, wow, like, this guy actually, because he used to always lie at me and say, I want to sign you, I want to bring you here.
That's disappointment. That
so
he's gutted. He's gutted at you.
Yeah, it was
letting him down as bad as you did.
And then it's like, what are you doing? Like, you like, who do you think you are? What was you going through? What were you thinking at the time? But
were you on drugs or anything at that time?
I doubt it, because I felt cool the next day, but you never know. I was drunk. I drank a bottle and a half of Hennessy, literally, to myself, and I was finished, blacked out. I don't remember nothing.
because that was where I was like, nah, this is it really. Like there's no coming back from that.
Yeah, that's how I felt. And then I don't know what happened. Where did I go after Swindon?
It says Blackpool here, Ranger.
Yeah, that's.
You signed £150 a week with a £33 a minute playing bonus.
Pro rata, yeah. And $3,000 bonus.
You did alright for them though, didn't you? Is that right?
Didn't do too bad, but obviously I was basically telling the chairman and I was telling the chairman and the manager, like, I can't really. I don't like how you've put me on this wage. I have to do this because I'm trying to get myself back on the map, but this wage is ridiculous. I can't even fill my fridge. Literally, like, if I have to jump out of challenges. I don't want to jump out of challenge. That's not a player I am. I want to be involved fully. But if I get injured, I'll be on 150 a week.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I can't play to get bonuses.
Apparently, you went AWOL again for family reasons. But one of the things that was being said is there's certain situations going on. Nobody knows the full picture. Can you remember?
I said that.
Yeah, this is a quote from just around that whole time though. Like you, so you just gave up basically?
It was a thing where I just said, you know what? I think what's that manager? Is Geordie? He used to play for
Lee Clark.
He liked me a lot, but even he was thinking like, this contract's ridiculous. Like, he's one of our best players. Like, it's a bit ridiculous, but he don't think he had no say to change it. The chairman already knew he had me. The chairman's dad, Carl Oyston, the chairman's dad used to tell me, listen, you're one of our best players. I don't know why my son's put you on that contract. Maybe he's seen your situation and thought, let me use it to my advantage, you know what I mean? But
yeah, they did seem quite unscrupulous.
That was harsh. So I said, you know what, can't take this no more. I'm going left. And obviously, I had an issue. My cousin got shot in his foot, and then there was a few family issues, but that was a big issue for me as well. Like the money, the wage. You can't really even.
Are you still pretty comfortable off of the Newcastle deal at that point? Because that was a decent, wasn't it? Like $20,000 a week contract or something. You got
nothing like that. Everyone thinks that because you don't match it a day and shit. But no, it was like I was on. I think it was 9. I was in 2019. I was on 9, but the bonuses were good. It's the bonuses that pushes you through. You know what I mean?
And is it true that you had like money going into a bank account that you couldn't touch until you were a certain age? Yeah. So what age was you allowed to touch
25.
that? All right. So how old are you? 27.
Yeah.
27.
So you've had access to that money for the last 2 years?
No, you can't. Another extension on it. So you because until
Alan Iverson style.
Yeah, where my mum works, she don't mess about. She thinks every bit is my last. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta just.
So you've still got that money in this account?
Yeah, it's still there, but it's like can't be touched until I'm basically done. Do you know what I mean? Finish my career. So it's a bit of a headache. So then it's been hard to get by, and there's been money there a little bit, but it's been hard to kind of function. But she don't trust me at all, and not even one bit.
Maybe rightly
because at Newcastle I had a serious gambling problem. I remember
Michael Owen fucking school of gambling.
I swear to you, I don't know what
the Joey Barton school of gambling.
Don't not comment to me about it. I just had a serious problem. Like, I was literally going there every day, like bam, 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 every single day. And then it got to a stage where the chairman at Newcastle, Derek Lambias, was like, we're banning you from every casino. We're banning you. Like, we're putting a ban on you.
What were you doing? Were you going to tables? Like what?
Yeah, tables, casino. Just going doing too much, and they're saying, listen, we own casinos and things. We know how it's gonna go. Like, literally, you need to stop doing this now.
Yeah. So you know it's bad when the people who own the casinos are going, don't.
I swear to you, it was hard. I didn't listen. I was too young. I was thinking, I'm alright. I got a 5-year deal here. I'm alright. Like, they was trying to help me with all angles. I have to be honest. They was trying to help me, but just wasn't listening. Going through one ear out the other.
You got signed by Southend, and I
had a spell out for ages though. Yeah,
on a 1-year contract, and then it says you got charged for an incident that took place in February 2015 where frauding a woman out of £2,000. You got 8 months in prison, but you served 8 weeks. What was your involvement in that fraud? Because this is another thing.
It wasn't much. Like, I just put a friend to someone who knows about that life there, and from there that friend got into a pickle because something happened to his account. And
what did they charge you with then? How did they manage, if you're just the hookup, how did they manage to get you?
Because he said my name to them. He said he put me through to him and blah blah blah. So they said that I was an influence on it and I should have known better, something like that.
Implicated,
yeah, so
basically.
So I was like, wow, like, how are you gonna do that to me?
Like, that seems a bit wishy-washy, to be honest with you. Like, that seems like
Yeah, but because
for them to pin this on you, they must have had some evidence though.
No,
what was the evidence that they had?
A text saying, "Yeah, I'm gonna put you through to this guy." Blah 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 blah. Text messages.
All right,
and then he's still my friend. He's still my friend. So
you were aware of the game that they were running on people?
Yeah, I said, "Yeah, go on, just this is a guy I know." Blah blah blah. And then from there, it just went pear shaped because through texts. But because the judge said, "Now Ranger, this could be a big thing. This could be a kid like." That's what happens when your name. You got a little name.
I just can't believe you hadn't learnt your lesson by that point. Like,
I was trying to help someone out. Like, literally, I know it was a bit crafty, but I was like, "Here, go on, this guy. I know he's a bit dodgy. Like, go for it." Innit?
Right.
And then it ended up messing me up, sort of thing. So it was mad. Like, it was crazy. So, but it was old. And then I said, you know what? This is a joke. Like, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get fit and get a new club. I already had so much L's and taken so much knocks. That I need to get serious.
Did you know what these lads were doing to people, like frauding them out of money and stuff? Well, obviously you knew something was going on. How much did you know? Enough to know they were going to make money out of it.
Enough to know. And then obviously I said, my friend said he wanted to make a bit of money, so I just through texts that shows that I kind of showed him the way, basically.
Right.
So, fuck me, man. First game after your tag was removed, you score and you celebrate, taking your boot off and shooting it as if it's a machine gun.
I remember, by the way, listening to the radio on that day and hearing the commentator say, Nile Ranger, the first game back, has just taken his boot off, and everyone just going, Nile Ranger.
You know what?
You know what? Five Live loved it.
I was talking to my friends, Jermaine McGlashan and Theo Robertson on that day, and I was like to them, like, listen, you know what? You know that guy, Michael Dapper? You know Michael Dapper, the thing goes screw it.
Right, yeah.
So I was thinking, we were talking about on the channel, I was like, you know what? I think I stole it off him, my friend Theo Robertson. He's like, I'm going to do that celebration today. I was like, nah, not before me. I'm going to score first. So I ended up scoring a penalty, and I said, you know what? Let me do it. And I tried to do it within the beat, but then obviously I was off a little bit, but good enough, I guess. Good enough. I tried to do it. I swear I was trying to play the beat in my head, literally, like whilst I was doing it. Took my boot off quickly, done it, and then from there.
But this is a chance for you. I'm reading this. This is a real fucking chance for you to recover again. Southend, you could score goals. This is your route back to the top, and then they get rid of you because of reoccurring disciplinary issues, and timekeeping.
True.
Why again?
It was like obviously I did well when I signed for them. They put me on like I think $1,000 or something, and then I got a new deal, and then that fraud thing come out. Obviously had that season with them, but then I went jail during the summer, and then I come out and I was groggy, man. I was groggy as anything. I've missed so much pre-seasons. I was groggy. I felt rubbish, but I was trying to graft and get back to everyone's fitness. So it was hard. When you miss a pre-season, it's hard. And then eventually,
when you say you were trying though, like if someone who trained with you at that point was listening to this, would they be like, bullshit? Because are you a shit trainer? Are you a shit trainer?
I'm late. I can be lazy, but there's time. You know what? I'm not consistent. One day I might be on fire, and the next day I'm like, hey, who is this guy? Like, literally, who is this guy right now? Is he a cricket player? Like, who is he? You know what I mean? So it was a bit mad, but when I'm on it. That's why players like, Range, get on it, like, Range, come on, Range. Like, they always give it to me so I can amp myself up and go hard, really. But I can go missing in training, definitely, easy. So,
which is bad because actually the place you need to prove yourself is training right now.
What was the disciplinary reasons then?
When I come out of jail, obviously it was just late. So it wasn't knocking someone out or doing something like outrageous. It was like literally late. Like, players were like, listen, Range, you're taking a piss, man, stop. Like, why can't you just get up on time? Like, then I think some players told the manager, like, even the gaffer knew, Phil Brown at the time, he was like, you're taking a piss. Like, I can only back you for so long. Like,
you're not like, to me, when I hear these things, I'm like, all right, Ronaldo's on time, Messi's on time. Why the fuck should people make an excuse for you? I can't work it out.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's the problem with me going to bed straight after training. Literally, I'll tell the players knew that, like, they would love me, they would like me and be like, you're a good lad, but you can't be late. Like, it ruins the whole squad's fit. And then you start, like, you'll be late couple days in the weekend and you'll start a match. How does that look for the other players? It's not looking good. It shows the other players that this guy can do what he wants.
Like, even if you turned up and phoned it in, at least you're there on time and you're showing respect for everyone else there, because it's a disrespect.
It's disrespect, and once there's a bad egg in the team, it's like it just ruins the whole atmosphere and everyone's aura. Like, so it's like it's messed up. So the team, the gaffer was getting onto me, the chairman was getting onto me, but they backed me. They bent over backwards for me, both of them, and the team were great as well, and the staff. So
when you rang me, you were like, I'm having like financial troubles and all. Are we now at the stage where a lot of people said you would end up, which is, you know, the money's run out, no one will touch you, and what the fuck do you do now? Or almost there even?
Could say almost there. Yeah, that's the rule. But it's like, we're not there yet, innit? We're not there. We can still work on things.
You're fucking young, but like
young, but there's no chances going on. There's no chances, and financially, it's not easy. I'm not on Newcastle wage no more. I'm not on no wage anymore. But I'm not gonna do something dumb or do dumb things to get it. Like, I'm gonna have to just work hard, because football's my talent. So I'm gonna work hard.
But when I spoke to you on the phone, it was like, you were like, oh, I'm getting opportunities to train.
Yeah.
But I'm not a trainer, and I'm like, when I hear that, I'm like, but it's not changed. Like, you haven't changed. You know what I mean?
It's different because I've been stung by a team by doing the trial thing, Blackpool, and then getting a terrible contract where I can't even tackle nobody, and then it's like, if I get injured, I'm fucked. I know my ability. I believe in my ability. People, managers say, yeah, he's a good player, putting something in my contract where it's like, if this guy messes around, he's off. Simple as. But pay me what I deserve, what I'm worth. You know what I mean? But obviously, it's not that easy. Teams got to trust you and build trust. I've been sacked from like 3 clubs. That's ridiculous.
You're in the football league. You've got the worst name of any player, other than one or two who are in prison. Literally
the worst.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, Nile Ranger, no way, no chance. Like, good player, but never. Don't even go near it. But there's still clubs out there now what are sniffing about. So
what do you want to do about that though? Like, because they're not things you could do.
I literally have I could. If I said I wanted to do a Nile Ranger academy because my cousin's doing this academy.
I was thinking working with
kids. Yeah, but I'm thinking what kids are gonna turn up until I have to sort out my image first and have 2 seasons clean. No lates, no nothing like that. Then I can start gradually doing it. Definitely a book, because my life's like a movie. That's one thing I'm gonna look up. Literally, that'll be good.
You want to chat to Kieran Dyer about that?
He's doing one as well.
Yeah, he's done one.
He's done one. Yeah,
fucking unbelievable book.
Great. And to read it, I ain't read it yet. There's a few out there I ain't read.
Read Kieran Dyer's book, because it's
proper. Yeah,
it's like how similar story to you, but obviously Kieran achieved, like, he did achieve a lot. To be fair, he was a fucking hell of a player.
He was.
But yeah, there's the pitfalls in there, you know what I mean, and shit. But I don't know. I'd like for you to have a happy ending and prove to people what you could be.
I hope so as well. But it's hard, man. It's not easy. And every time I get a chance and do well, start doing well, it's like something just grabs me. Don't know what it is, but
I think it's your stupidity, mate, and I don't mean that in a cunty way, but I think it is. Yeah, I think you've got a fucking good life ahead of you. You could still fucking turn it around, but now it's the pivotal. And this is it, right? I'm being honest, because I've worked fucking hard to get where I am, and I swear to God, like, you know, I was just fucking. I was on a council estate when I made that video, mate. I'm in fucking London now, doing fucking well, but when that opportunity comes now, like, if you don't grab it now,
that's
like,
it, mate.
You know, the next 7 years, I genuinely mean this. You're going to get that money eventually that you'd had saved up, but like, you're going to be, it's all going to go. Like, you could still fucking have that bank balance and create a career and be a poster boy of like, I fucked up but I turned it around. But you could still do that though.
Still do it, but it's hard. It's easier said than done. But I have
it isn't to. Just get up on time.
I literally have to. That's it. Imagine the last club I had late, like.
How can you still be doing that?
You learned that from when I was at Southampton. I was supposed to learn that. Do you know what I mean? So,
and I mean this because I want you to fucking do well. Like, but a guy who's nearly 30 not getting up on time for a job that's easy as football is. What about your missus? Like, you've got a responsibility here.
Gets on to me all the time.
Now you want to provide for her. You want to give her a good life.
It's true. All of that. But I need to just switch on now. It's too late. There's no.
You got any kids?
No.
That's astounding.
Luckily, because
Thank fuck though, do you know what I'm
the
saying?
kid will be looking after me, literally.
Yeah.
So that's,
Maybe if that happens though, that may fucking kick your
everyone
arse into
said
gear.
that.
Like,
A swindler, that guy, Mark Coupars. Mark Coupars, that swindler man. You said, Range, like, have a kid. I was like 22. I was like, I said,
maybe we need
I was
to
like,
get that guy.
are you crazy? He's like, no, seriously, have a kid.
I've seen people like you
chance.
sort their shit out though from that, but I'm not recommending you do it. But
No,
I feel
don't know.
like there needs to be some sort of way of proving to people who are going to employ you that you can fucking be on time and be a responsible adult. And I think from this interview, I get that you know where you fucked up,
Definitely.
and you're sorry for that.
100%.
But I still don't know if you're like ready. Do you know what I'm saying? And I don't mean that as a knock on you.
Fitness wise, I wouldn't say I'm match. It's hard to get match fitness when you ain't got a team.
But it's all about this with you, innit?
It's mental.
Yeah.
It's mental. But obviously I got to cut. Listen, this is my last chance. Simple as stats, black and white. This is my
Well, if you
Nile
haven't
Ranger's
got this
last
sorted
chance.
by before you're 30, mate. At 30,
then it
there's
is.
no
It's
fucking
done.
point.
It's done.
Yeah?
I've been messing around for so long now. Literally, I'm not spring chicken. My legs. Literally, when I was at Southend, I was feeling little niggles. I was getting niggles here, there. I'm getting older, innit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So your legs that ain't gonna work forever. I'm not Ryan Giggs where he snacks on broccoli. Like literally, I snack like a normal snacker.
Yeah.
And drink and fizzy drink, all these things. But
Are you scared though of being the 50-year-old guy in a pub saying, I used to play for Newcastle?
I've had that thought so much times, and I rebuked it. I'm not having it. It's not gonna happen. No chance. I'm not gonna let that happen. But I thought about it a lot of times. But
I feel
I'm not having it. 50. Imagine there's so much. Listen, a football career is it's long but short. You gotta get what you can out of it and invest. You gotta invest. Because after you can't play football forever. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like if you'd had a good male role model from day one, your life would have been very different. Because I tell you, if there was a dad there to put the fear of God in you to make sure that you did shit that you should have been doing, I think your life would have been. And many men, and not just you. Like I remember there was one lad who I went to school with. Fuck mate, he was like Wayne Rooney on steroids at 16 years old, and then drugs, robbing, it all just fucking come, and next thing I know, like it just never happened. And like I just male role models for young men like who are likely to fucking do the wrong thing
you know what's
is
lucky?
so important.
What's lucky for me is that I've done well in games, and people don't understand like how's he so good on the pitch, but off the field he's a maniac. But that's why I'm established. That's why no matter what, I've did well in games. I've established. So a team might think, let's take a chance on him because he's, he can play. Let's see if he's actually flipped that coin and the penny.
Who are your close people around you? Just out of interest, because to me, you should have people who are like.
I'll be here forever if I go through them. You know
no,
what I mean?
but like, do you have anyone who will be like screaming at you to get out of bed in the morning to go to fucking training?
A few literally will come to my house and try to grab me out of the bed, like literally, like, you know what I mean? But
you got to want to do this yourself.
You got to want to do it yourself. They can't. There's only so much they can do and say. Like, you know what I mean? They're like, you've been at the top. Where do you want to? What are you doing? Bruv, you should be training every single day, right in the gym. Like, you know what I mean? What are you doing?
This is stressing me out. Just even fucking.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, the only thing I'm trying to think of like what is the answer, but I genuinely think the only thing that's going to get you to where you need to be is like fear. Because like for me, the reason I think I succeeded.
Is scary, by the way. That's fair there.
Like
30's fucking scary, isn't it?
What fucking motivated me was fear of being skint, like fear of having no money or whatever, and like
and
that's in your future right now.
And you can't do good things and invest. What can you do? You need to, you know what I mean? So it's true.
But you can make £1 million. Like you can make a lot of money before your career's over and set 100%, yourself up now.
100%.
And like, I don't know. I just think fear is the only thing that is gonna like that inevitability. Like, because I feel like when we're young men.
Yeah.
And this is a good thing. We change careers a lot. We make mistakes. We're fucking up. But we're like, I've got lots of time, man. I can put this right. But that's
time
just
waits for no man.
It's gone now, isn't it?
It goes so quick. It goes so quick.
If you haven't sorted your shit out by 28, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Then there's no recovery here.
Complacency. That is a real issue in a way, because actually, one thing that strikes me is when you read off a rap sheet or whatever, you've got all these things listed out. Again, we're sitting here and I still feel like you're a good guy. I still feel like you didn't have a father figure as a kid. You had a mother who played both roles. But it does seem like you responded well whenever you had, because they say in life you have two father figures. Basically, you have a real father, and then you have to leave that dad and go away and find someone else who is your second teacher, mentor, or any of those things. It does sound like you respond well to those kind of people.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to sit here and patronise you, because I don't think I've got the experience that Brian has, but it does sound to me like you have a good package there that someone could pick up. What level are you aiming for? Like, who are you looking to come along and say, we want to take a bet on you? Is it League One? Is it is it Championship?
Well, I know what I can do in League One. I know I can play at the top, but it's whether a team's going to give me that chance. I'm going to have to work for that. But I know that League One, Championship is definitely where I can get a chance. Well, it's what teams are saying now. Like, I know they're actually sniffing around now. So, but it's about what they offer. Do you know what I mean? And it's not all about money, but getting to this age, you have to try and invest. You know what I mean? Like, I've wasted so much time. You got to get a decent deal done so you can invest, or you know what I mean? Yeah, you got to invest. You got to be able to invest, because football don't last forever. But I know what I have to do. You know what I mean?
Do you feel like you've gotten rid of everyone who's not good for you? Or are you? Because to me, it strikes me you're still in the process of changing. You know, one thing that's
Rome
interesting.
wasn't built in a day, innit? So it's happening slowly. But
do you see though? So, for instance, Brian and I have a lot of honest conversations between each other. We feedback about what we think the other one is bad at. I'm late a lot, and I'm still working on that. I find that so hard to be on time, and I'm not patronising you, because I can actually relate when you're like, it's hard. I don't find it hard to get out of bed in the same way as you do. I'm complacent in other ways, but that doesn't change in like one day.
Nah. It's Rome weren't built in a day. It's hard. You gotta literally like baby steps. But with me, I've got to be taking literally
strides.
Yeah, strides. Literally, there's no time not waiting around for no one. So I'll be striding.
I gotta say, I would have not. I find it difficult to sit there and hear us just talking to you like this.
Nah, man, you gotta just be open. This is the real, innit?
No, I want to say the things that the people at home would want me to say to you.
You know what I mean?
And what I'm feeling right now as you're talking to us, because I'm part of your story, you're part of my story now. Exactly. I kind of feel connected to you. Do you know what I'm saying? At the start of every fucking highlight video, a message to Nile Ranger. It just starts like that. You know what I'm saying?
See that? Oh,
and I know you like that as well.
That's legendary. I like it. I do. I'm not gonna lie. And I see how far you've come. I actually like that. Literally, I'm on YouTube. Like, to my missus, like, this guy is so funny. You know? Like, literally watching all your videos and shit.
You're watching his video?
No, he told us.
All the time. Yeah. Like, literally.
You can't be saying this. Right, no, fair enough.
So I wish you the fucking best, mate, for the record. And
top man. Thanks.
I really, really, really hope that if you do get a chance, that we don't hear he's being fired for being late again.
Never again. That's it. Like, literally, I know it sounds bad. It is bad, but it sounds weird, but it was for late, my last. It wasn't no something like, he's gonna crash into this car, he's done this. Like, it was late timekeeping.
And as opposed to your history,
it's ridiculous.
As opposed to your history, that's not that bad, but it's still, to lose a job for being late is a fuck up.
But you know what? It is bad. It is bad. It's very bad, because it rubs off on all the other players. They think, why is this guy coming at this time? Does he think this is normal? Like, I'm waking out of my bed, getting in on time, struggling to get in on time, then he comes in late and he starts on the weekend.
But it niggles away at people, doesn't it? Like, they start to go, if he's late, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
You don't want a bad egg in the squad, but now I'm too old to be being the bad egg.
But it also strikes me that actually, I mean, the reason some people put up with you for being late is because you, the opposite way, bring something to the team when you are there.
Definitely. Obviously, I have a presence, an aura about me as well. So
you do.
Do you know what I mean? So obviously you need that. You can't have any Tom Dick, like just a yes man in the team. You need someone with a bit of edge, and I've got that. But it's like, you need to. There's ways you need to channel it and put positive in it as well, and be on time, because timekeeping is major key. It's a major.
All right, mate. Well, hopefully we'll do another one of these
when I'm at Arsenal.
When you're smashing. No, I really hope so, mate. I really do, mate. Good luck, and yeah. Let's hope a club comes in for you, and we'll see you fucking firing soon.
We'll see.
Okay.
Hopefully.
Thank you very much.
If you've enjoyed the podcast, make sure you hit that fucking like button, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you later.